What's up? What's up? What's up? What you bitch asses? Punk ass motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. Punk ass motherfuckers. Ugh. There we go. That's better. All right. There we go. That's a little better. There we go. All right. Who we got? We got Danny. What up? Jay Wheel. David Garcia. Saludos. Jesus. Dwayne. Bud gonna stop Canelo. And of course, the one and only Aya Samurai. Aya. Wow. I know this Asian friend of mine is Asian, right? And whenever he's like, he's American, but he's, Chinese, Taiwanese. But whenever he meets people that say anything about pronouns, he fucks with them. He goes, well, I have pronouns. I'm Asian. I'm very, very Asian. So my pronouns are he-ya. That's what he says. To me, that's fucking funny. He-ya. So if it's a not Asian guy doing it, it's mad racist. But him saying it is funny. That's how he fucks with people who like go by pronouns and talk about pronouns. I thought that was funny. But apparently none of you do, which is fine. Each their own. Each his own. What's up, everybody? Jump on in. Phone lines is open. Phone line. Open. What up, Papa?
Yeah, you don't gotta call me that.
Papa. That's what Puerto Ricans say, man. I know they don't got any Puerto Ricans anywhere in the entire state of Indiana, but Puerto Ricans be calling everybody Papa.
Yeah, say that for them, please.
Damn. See, and then you get upset when I say that you're the H word, but okay, I'll leave it alone. What's going on?
Nothing, man. Why you come on so late?
I had shit to do. I had some shit to do for work. I had to go to some meetings for my son. Shit to do. Did you find a new job? That's what. Nah, man. Nah, not yet. I'm still trying to sell my existing job. Hasn't been sold yet. Once that shit is sold, I'm gonna buckle down on doing this hardcore, and I might find a side gig to keep me busy.
David just said don't say that. That's mad weird.
Say what? You kind of.
He said don't say that. That's mad weird.
What's mad weird?
The poppy, I guess.
I said papi is one thing. Papa is a different thing.
It's the same thing in my book.
Nah, it's not actually. It's not. Papi is like more of like a cutesy, like you'd say like a woman says to a man. Papa is like saying brother, kind of.
Nah, in what word they said that?
Huh? The Puerto Rican dudes I grew up with. I don't just make it up. Yeah, so you're Mexican. It's different. Puerto Rican slang. Puerto Rican slang is different. What's up, Anthony? Yo, Marco, you unemployed? I thought you worked for the ring. Shit. I'm not unemployed. I have a business that I'm currently selling.
He's saying you look like a carpenter.
But maybe he's saying that. I wish. I'll take it. I missed yesterday's live. I didn't do a live yesterday, my man. Not last night. You did? Not last night. I did one.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, it was date night, man. We watched Dexter. We be watching Dexter. This shit is dope. I love Dexter. Me and wifey take Mondays to, do our thing.
To me, it's like it's so obvious that he's the person. So
I love Dexter. I was on TBV this morning briefly. They were talking about Canelo Crawford, which is going to be the main topic of discussion. I feel like.
If like the next 3 weeks.
Like month, yeah. Like the next month, yeah. I got to make a new video. You think I should do a video about like the Moses Italma fight? It was so short.
I mean,
Like I
it's
did
about a minute if you know.
You saw the video where I talked about it, but you think I should do one of
Exactly.
my normal ones where
Yeah, I think you should.
it's so short though.
Yeah,
And then
that'd
you
be
could be
tough.
like, and then at the end, like you could be like, yeah, if you want to see more stuff like that, go to the zone. You know.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's what I'm doing from now on. I'm gonna get these
Yo,
dudes.
is you gonna do like a build up for the Crawford fight, like a build up video?
Yeah, the problem is, Young Samurai, that's on Netflix, so I don't even know if the zone gives a fuck if I do that.
Right.
You know
Yo,
what I
let
mean?
me say this real quick. Yesterday's panel was crazy. I had to stay off. I made a conscious decision to stay off because I've been riled up lately, so I had to
Por qué?
take a little siesta.
Who was
Because
riling you up?
dudes were all over the place with the shit,
Oh
very passionate
yeah.
opinions. A lot of the shit not being backed up by facts. I'm gonna say this, and not dissing nobody specifically, but Mo and Reyes tend to break down the shit like me. Like you say something, they might disagree, but they're gonna inspect your logic. Like, are you consistent with your thought process? Are you being biased? We're really gonna, boil it down to the very last compound.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I gotta agree. Like the Allen, they do shout to him, but he was saying a little crazy stuff.
Who's
like,
this? I do so many of these. I forget who was on yesterday. What was going on?
It
Remind me.
was Allen Day. I don't know.
Oh, Allen. Yeah, Allen was on his Potster and Jay shit yesterday.
Yeah,
It was
Alan put a little too much sauce on it. Let me,
was a
I'm gonna let you
Hispanic
land,
dude
Yayan, but
yesterday.
real quick, I just want to say Alan put a little more, too much sauce on it, and then there was somebody equally on the other side. I couldn't see it. It was at the bottom of the screen who was doing the same thing for
Yeah,
Canelo. So I
the
was like, man,
Hispanic
fuck
dude.
this.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't know his name. I don't know. It might have been. I don't want to say, but I think I know who it was. But
Well, Fun Truck was doing a bit too much, but there was somebody going even further than him. That was just,
I liked it though, man. It was a packed house, damn near 100.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
yeah. So you didn't even need me yesterday. So I was like, let
Nah,
me
I mean, I
fall
always
back.
need you. You were there, and it's
He was
important.
in chat
We're
though.
starting to meet these chat goals almost consistently, which is very important for me to let me like keep being on here, like a full-time gig type shit. You know what I mean? I
Right. And
don't.
I know it's not an original idea or format, but I am, not to pat myself on the back, but I'm the one that insisted you bring the live callers back because you're like, oh, it doesn't really get popping. Nobody calls in. I was like, no,
Yeah.
you got to do it consistently every day and it will get popping.
No, you're right.
So,
Because look, I mean, that this is a format that Nest, for example, like people like platforms where they can be heard. You know what I mean?
right.
That just makes sense, especially in like this is what we're doing. We're basically barbershop talking. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep.
And I want to. You know who does something just like this?
Who?
Greg Hack. He just like I know you go live from your computer, but he go live from his phone. He just sitting on the couch and just reading the comments.
Greg, like I've met Greg in person. He's a cool dude. That's my man. Greg is like people love Greg. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but he gets so many views so quickly. I'm not. He's good. Don't get me wrong, but like I didn't know he was that known. His channel.
I think people like the fact that he's a trainer and was a fighter. I think people like that.
Maybe. Look, hey man, I'd be a trainer if I got the right fighter. I would train.
Yeah,
I would train in a second if I got the right fighter. Whoa, too much sauce on it.
Shout out Macau. I'm not in front of my phone with somebody saying something crazy.
That was It was somebody was making a lot of background noise. I think it was young Yayan. It sounded like he was fucking with plastic.
Oh no, I was doing a little bit of shit. Yeah, I was, getting the recycling together.
That was
My
you,
fault.
CJ. Too much sauce.
Yeah, too much.
Oh, there he is. The pot stirrer has returned. He brought his ladle.
Yeah,
He's ready to
I was
stir
about
this
to
pot.
I was agreeing, like not with most of the stuff he was saying, but I think it's crazy for y'all to say Canelo ain't declined even a little bit.
I didn't agree with almost anything Alan said, but he had topics and he had points of views that weren't crazy out. Like it was enough. You know what I'm saying? It was a good talk. Like you have some dudes who just say some wild shit where you're just trying to troll. But like he didn't come off that way. But he was stirring that shit beautifully. Beautifully.
I had to pop out, man. I saw somebody in the messages that mentioned that Allen guy should never be allowed back on. I just want to pop back in for him. Shout out to you, bud, whoever that is.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that much on it. He was reasonable. He wasn't fucking yelling and cussing people out.
David Garcia is slight. I wouldn't say he's a troll. David sometimes has some angry takes though, some like extreme, like David's a little extreme too.
I bet that profile picture. I bet he doesn't look like that at all. That's
Nah, I
You know,
believe he does.
that's
He kind of
AI
does.
generated
Let
20
me-
years ago.
Nah, let me tell you something about David. David, this is a well-known story in the community.
This is funny as hell.
He one time had a girl try and circumcise his baloney mid-act because he was cheating on her. She pulled out a knife and tried to Lorena Bobbitt.
Yeah,
Diabolical.
Wait, who you date is a reflection of you.
Absolutely.
Now, what did this? Now, I'm lost. What did the Allen guy say that was so bad yesterday?
The Allen guy.
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was very contradictory to most everybody else's opinions. Like toward it was very different from the what's the word I'm looking for? Consensus.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. But
Which
again,
is perfect, man. I don't walk at the beat of everybody
no,
else's
it's good.
drum.
And the way
That's
you
most casuals. I don't do that.
and the way we all speak, no, we're not yelling at each other, telling us, "Oh, you don't know shit, fuck you." We don't talk like that. We just have a good, healthy fucking debate. That's what's
I
important.
want to say like the only thing I disagree.
I'm just interested in what he said. What was his take that was so
He
outrageous?
said dudes from
say both?
he said dudes from LA suck and they're whack. You know, that kind of shit.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Dudes
I'm
from
just,
what?
I'm just playing
He's
with you.
bullshit. He's
I
bullshit.
know. Well, what did he say? What did he say? Bud was going to stunt Canelo out and stop him in 4 rounds or something like that?
Where do we start? He said a bunch of shit. What
No,
was the
I'm
main
gonna
one?
say the thing that I disagree with the most. He said Canelo today is a B level fighter, and I don't agree with that. Me personally.
Okay, yeah, that's when he started putting too much sauce on it. That was it. I was having trouble remembering.
Now we have the
Oh,
other
and
pot
now
stirrers entered.
This the one I agree with. He said Canelo has a basic style, and everybody just went to uproar. I agree though.
Yeah, we did you see who came in, CJ? We have the pot stirrer from across the pond.
Yes, Sirski.
Oh, boy. We have the two pot stirrers. Oh, damn, this dude's sweet.
Hey, before I let him cook, I got a quick update for y'all. It took
Alan's
me
on
5
vacation
seconds.
somewhere. Good for you.
I'm not bullshitting. I'm getting my equipment together. So me and Mikhail going live this Saturday.
Yo,
Bye-bye.
Alan, where you at? That was beautiful.
Right.
I will.
Hang on,
CJ, I will
I
tune
live
in.
in Los Angeles.
That's
So,
LA.
Absolute. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah. I'm in
That's
LA.
dope.
It's all gloomy.
He looks like he's on a resort somewhere.
No, for real.
Right? That was dope. Like the mountain. It kind
Appreciate
of looks
it.
almost like Arizona-ish too, a little bit.
Yo, is it raining where you at, Marco?
Say that again.
Is it raining where you at?
Raining? Nah, it's sunny. Totally sunny.
Oh,
And
wow.
finally, the hot weather
Marco.
broke.
It's all gloomy in Indiana. It's weird.
Indiana's whack. I mean, it's just Jesus telling you to get the fuck out.
Man, this is wild. It's just hot. I mean, we did get down into the 80s. That was like a break for us, but now it's back over 90. A lot of times over 100. So y'all saying it's gloomy. It's just, I don't know, out of this world to me.
It's still hot too. It's not too bad right now. It's like 83, but like yesterday it was like
83 is not bad.
it was like 90 yesterday.
Shit, I'll run in 90 degrees. It needs to be over 100 to deter me.
Picture. Am I training?
I don't think. I think we only ever had that a couple times in Indiana, like over 100.
You guys ready to talk about Tiafimo? Because it's happening.
No, I'm not talking about Tiafimo. What's up, Marco?
I seen you on the live stream.
I was like, what?
Yo, I'm gonna make this quick because I'm at work right now, and I just want to make this short and simple. It's because of the Glazers. It's because of the so-called boxing experts that Bud Crawford's win over Canelo, if it happens, is already diminished. It's not going to be the biggest win in boxing because people are not looking at it for what it is. They're looking at it as a 50-50 fight. When Ray Leonard fought Marvin Hagler, people were fearing for Ray Leonard's life. When Roberto Duran fought Iran Barkley, they were fearing for Roberto Duran's life. So we're not going to diminish. So we're not going to and on the flip side, we're not going to give Bud Crawford an excuse to say, oh, well, he was supposed to lose. No, we're going to treat this like 50-50.
Let me say one thing, though, real thing. You said Hagler, Leonard. Yeah, but that's only primarily because Leonard had been inactive for like, I don't know.
It don't matter.
And he was older. I feel like the fact that Bud just 2 fights ago had the best performance of almost anybody.
Yeah, but still. And with that being said, if Canelo Alvarez beats Bud Crawford, we're not taking away. I'm gonna go on the limb to say that's his biggest win ever, next to Triple G. I don't want to hear about weight classes. I don't want to hear about Bud got a built-in excuse. No, y'all talked him up like y'all talking about this man like he's Brock Lesnar. He never had a wrestling.
Let's go through that.
People, hold on,
Hold on,
real quick.
wait.
Everybody keeps talking.
Hold
Hold on,
on.
everybody keeps talking. I'm gonna get over real quick. Everybody keeps talking this wrestling stuff, right? Where's the wrestling background? We see them going to the gym and body slam Devin Haney and body slam everybody in the gym, right? People are talking about this man like he's Brock Lesnar, and I'm not here to hate on Buck Crawford. I'm just saying, being
Yes,
that
you are.
everybody's glazing, no, people glazing him, right? So I don't want to hear nobody say, "Oh, this is the biggest win." I don't want to hear Marco say, "This is the biggest win
Well,
of all
no, wait a
time."
minute.
I don't.
I
Wait
don't
a
want to
minute.
hear that.
Hold on. You
I don't
just
think
It's
said
not.
that you're gonna make Bud Crawford the biggest win. So you gonna take the Kovalev win away because that's the one they say is the biggest
Triple
win.
G. Triple
No,
G's bigger. Triple G's bigger. He was
You gonna
heavier.
take that away? The Kovalev and the Triple G win? Those go
Well,
out the window
he
and
just
Bud
said
becomes
next
the
to Triple
biggest.
G though. He said next to Triple G.
With
Triple G.
Canelo's
Well, first
I
off,
want one at a time,
with
fellas.
Canelo's
Let him
One at
talk.
a time, fellas.
Let him talk.
no, I was just gonna say I just can't give someone or qualify them
I need
as
a
their
PTW
biggest
number.
win when the win were controversial. How could Triple G be Canelo's biggest win when most people think he lost?
This is a
That's a
good
good
and
point.
point.
well,
That's
That's
a
a
he
good
good.
point.
he
Yo,
had a draw
Alan,
the
that's a
first
good
fight,
point.
and
That's
then
a good
the
point.
second fight he tested
Well,
positive before
every
fighting.
great fighter has had at least. There are some exceptions, but mostly every great fighter has had at least one controversial win, and it's usually their biggest. Like De La Hoya beat Pernell Whitaker, where most people thought he lost.
That
Ray
wasn't
That's not
Josh
his
his
biggest
biggest
win.
win.
That's not his biggest win. It's one of his
It
biggest
should be
wins.
because Purnell's
It
probably the
is one of them.
best fighter
And
De
It's
La
one of
Hoya
them.
Hagler
fought.
and Hagler with Leonard. I mean, that's a little bit different than what Lonos
And
was saying
Trinidad with De
because
La Hoya. Yep, and Trinidad with De La Hoya.
So Canelo's biggest
that too.
win is against somebody he had a draw with the first time and arguably lost, and then the
Well,
I,
second
I
time,
thought I
look,
thought he won. I thought Canelo lost that first fight to
right,
Triple G.
and then the
and I
second
thought
time,
I
Canelo
think
and I thought Canelo
the
waxed
second
him the
time
second fight.
he
He
tested
did.
positive
I thought
before
he
the
beat him
fight.
too.
So that's his
Okay, so
best
you know
win.
what? So you know what? Let's rewrite it. It depends how Bud wins if he wins. If it's super close, then you could say the same thing.
If Bud knocks
right. I
Canelo
agree.
out,
Oh,
if Bud
forget it.
knocks Canelo out,
Forget
that's
it.
a different story.
That's
But
that's
if Bud
Uh,
wins,
that's legendary. A
can
knockout
we
is legendary
can
because nobody
the
gets knocked
reason
out.
why the win is being diminished is because people are not looking at this as the ultimate underdog no more. You got boxing experts are saying that Bud Crawford's gonna beat Canelo. So with that being said, keep the same energy. Give
I
Canelo his credit if he beats Bud Crawford. That's all I'm
I,
saying.
I think
Because
that I think that
of course he
most fighters will always say their first championship title was their biggest win. I don't think there's going to be any win that Bud Crawford put the victory over Ricky Burns. Like I believe he's going to always have Ricky Burns his biggest win
No,
going
I
over
think
to
I think
Europe and winning. He'll never have another win over that. I could
I
assure
think
you
he
Yeah, I've
that.
been
put that
quiet
on
for a
there.
second. Let me chime in real quick before Low has to hop off. We got to discuss the criteria for biggest win. Is it the most dominant performance given the level of competition? That's why Spence is currently Bud's biggest win. Or is it just the biggest name on your resume that you may have got a controversial decision over? Y'all got
I
it.
mean, it depends on what you're looking at. If you're looking at it from a casual perspective or you're looking at it from a commercial perspective. I mean, for me, I spoke on this before the fight. I thought that Bud was going to dominate Earl Spence. So I thought it was a stylistic mismatch, just like I
Mm.
think this fight, Bud versus Canelo, is a stylistic mismatch. I would never put this as a big win for Bud, even though I think he's going to beat Canelo pretty easily. But if he was fighting a guy like David Benavidez, I would say, okay,
Wow,
that's a hell of a
Wait,
win
wait. Let me.
if he
I,
beat
I
Well,
him.
that's
got
too
to.
far of a
wow,
leap.
Hold on, hold on. Let me delve
I
into
don't
this,
agree
Alan.
with that.
Why would it not be a big win for Bud, in your opinion?
I think it's a stylistic mismatch.
So the fact that he's bigger and he's one of the best pound fighters of the last 10 years, that doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter to me. Like I said, I really don't. From a stylistic standpoint, I just don't have Canelo that high. I said
Well,
that
you said the
before.
same thing
Here's
about
the thing.
Spence. So,
Here's the
from your
thing with
perspective, which one is the biggest?
here's the thing with the stylistic mismatch. You're right. It's stylistic. It is a mismatch if Canelo wasn't quote unquote a bigger dude. If they
Right,
were
if
the
they
same
was the same
size,
size,
I,
yeah, but
yeah.
they're not the
Yeah,
same
I
size.
think that Canelo from a commercial standpoint really outweigh his skills, as well as him from a branding standpoint. I mean, I think that he's a branding machine. He's the face of boxing. So for a guy like Bud Crawford beating him, yes, it would seem impressive. But from a style
But
standpoint, I just don't have Canelo that high
look,
from a skill and
also,
stylistic standpoint.
I think
I mean,
you
I
have to
that's
think
look
you
at
that's
that.
basically
my
say
You gotta
because Canelo
also
doesn't.
One at a time, people.
Also, you have to look at the accolades that Bud would attain getting this hit. This would be his third weight class being undisputed in, so that counts. He'd be the third fighter to have 4 lineal championships. That counts. He moving up to basically 3 weight classes and beating the top fighter at that weight class. That counts. All of that counts, bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
Look,
I
accolades are
don't.
great. Accolades are great, but if he goes in there and from like I said, from a stylistic standpoint, he have no problems at all. He's gonna say that it's not really that significant for me. For
Well,
me, as I
I
said
got
before,
that.
I do not. When it's all said and done, at his Hall of Fame ceremony, I believe that Bud Crawford will always mention Ricky Burns first.
Well,
sure, that's from
wait,
his
wait.
perspective. I get that, but
You're talking about a scenario where Canelo doesn't even give Crawford any problems, which definitely don't think that's going to happen.
Well,
Crawford's
that's
going to get
fine.
hit in
That's
this. But
cool.
yeah, I mean, I
That's
agree.
fine.
Canelo's not the best fighter of this era, but he's still a pound for pound top fighter. So I think that's a
Yeah.
So
huge
how
win
about
for
this?
Crawford.
How about
I
this,
mean,
Alan? What win would be bigger than Canelo if he
On
beat
his
Canelo?
resume or just
Yeah.
in general?
No, his resume, his.
Uh, Commercially, this would be his biggest win, but from a skill stylistic wise, I still feel like Gamboa in the moment, at that moment, from a skill standpoint, I think
Okay.
that was probably his best
Okay.
skilled victory.
So you say commercially. So okay. So
it's
you're giving
Yeah,
them
reasonable.
yeah.
both sides.
Commercially, yes.
I got
Skill
you.
wise, no.
Oh shit! I'm getting my USA boxing license. None of this would have happened if not for you. You're the man, Mamoon. Go
Well,
ahead.
look, when this first fight
Go ahead,
was
Yan.
first announced, everybody was against Bud. He did too small, Canelo too big and too
Bud didn't even
powerful.
want to do it, if you remember. Then somehow 2 weeks in, he
Yeah.
just changed his mind.
So the fact that people changing up their picks because they see how hard Bud trained or he
Hmm.
putting on a weight good, I still don't take away from the danger that he facing moving up to fight the best fighter at 168. He undefeated at 168. So that counts, bro. This is a big. If Bud beat Canelo, this the biggest win in his career, in my opinion.
All right, hold on. So Alberto wants to come on. TJ doesn't scream or curse at you, Alberto. So I think you're okay.
I'll also say this, Marco.
Go ahead.
I believe that Victor Postal was Bud Crawford's best tactical performance of his career.
I
really,
mean, Spence
Yeah.
The
probably
only
like,
thing,
if you think
Yeah.
about it,
the
he
only the
fucking.
Spence was easy.
Yeah,
Spence
yeah.
wasn't even
Spence was
competitive.
easy.
You can't even
But
count
that,
that.
but,
That
but that,
wasn't
yeah,
even
but that's
competitive.
because he made tactical
He
and
made it not
IQ
competitive,
moves.
right?
It's not, you know what I mean? It wasn't. It
Nah,
didn't just come
no,
easy.
no. Earl Spence from the very beginning, I just believed he was a one-dimensional, flat-footed, basic fighter.
I mean,
I said that
yeah.
he
Well,
about
he
Canelo yesterday too.
yeah.
whatever
Well,
he
he
His
proved
was,
beginning.
to. Yeah,
whatever he
Spence proved to
was,
be that.
he still
Ironically,
went
when
and
they
got
fought.
3 championship belts from three different fighters. So he did what he solidified himself in that division. So, however, his one dimensions, just like Wilder,
I just
he only got a punch a chance,
Well,
but he still defended his title 10 times, got all knockouts and all his wins.
Yeah,
So
Wilder was
that
no joke.
it still matters, bro. That plays a part in that fight. So Errol Spence doing what he did and Crawford making it look easy don't take away from the talent that Errol Spence is. See what I'm
Right.
I
I
don't
saying?
hate
want
that
you
when we go
guys. I
back.
don't want you guys to think I'm disrespecting these guys by calling them basic and simple. I
no, what
mean,
you're
the thought from the very beginning was Earl Spence was this fundamentally sound fighter that doesn't make any mistakes. But realistically, I mean, he made a ton of mistakes. He made a
Real,
ton of mistakes.
real quick,
So
what
guys.
you
yeah,
Real quick. Join my Discord, please. There it is. I didn't spell
got you,
join right, but you get the fucking idea. Those of you
got
who
you.
don't know what Discord is, it's basically like an all-day chat line, party line, whatever. For those of you who are in different time zones, different countries, like our boy Potster and Jay, join it and let's get down. Also, real quick reminder: the Grant Glove raffle is still popping. 8-ounce Pro Fight Grant Gloves, vintage from 1998. Never worn before.
All right,
Let's go.
can I just all right, Marco, can I just pull you up on that? You say you call me that, but I literally do not say anything that's crazy.
Yo,
Why are you taking it so personal?
Hold on. Can I
Alan was
finish?
outstirring you, though. Go ahead.
Outstaring.
I don't say anything to deserve being called that. So you're
All
not
right,
really
watch
making
this. Watch this, Jay. Watch this. Everybody in the chat or in the panel who knows him, does he not stir the pot?
Absolutely.
Yes.
From time to time.
No, that's
There you
that's
go.
not.
You got a
No.
7.5 out of 10 on the pot stirring.
I would
Yeah.
say, yeah, it's
You
getting a
talking
little
about
less.
the
All
UK guy?
right, prove it.
Yeah.
Somebody
I
prove
don't-
it.
I don't- I
Somebody
just
prove
think
it.
he
No,
has
We
a-
doing you're doing it right now. Hey, hey,
Let me prove it.
you're doing it right now. You're doing it right now.
Yeah, you are.
He just got a different
That's bullshit.
opinion than other people. He
Let
looked
me
at stuff
prove it.
different.
Hey man, on some real shit, you got to let that go. Every time you come on, you address. No, I'm not stirring the pot, Marco. But just let it go,
It's
champ.
okay.
And say
It's
your
not a
opinion.
bad thing. It's
Yeah.
look, it's not a
Let me
bad
tell
thing.
you how he be starting
Yeah,
the
it's
pot. He
okay.
said,
Don't take
You
it so
get people
personal.
like
It's
that.
okay. It's all
The thing
right.
is,
Stand on your
I asked
opinions.
somebody. The thing is, I asked somebody to prove it, and nobody can. So
Yeah,
again,
let me
it's
prove
all-
it.
you
We
He
just
just
did.
did.
You're still doing it. You're still doing it. You're still doing it.
So because I'm asking questions,
Somebody in the
I'm
chat said he's stirring the pot about
fucking
stirring the pot.
ridiculous.
Exactly.
It's like
Doing it in
a
real time.
person. Everybody at the table eating
Didn't-
frosted
hey,
flakes. Everybody
Marco.
like, frosted
What?
flakes
Look at
are
this
so
fucking
good.
guy.
But you
Hey,
the one
Marco,
person
didn't he
like
win an
frosted
award?
flakes are
Was
okay,
it
but I
him
like
that won the
cereal
award?
better.
The award? No, I think
That was
Alan was the award
That was,
yesterday.
I mean, he would have won it previously if there was,
He would have won it before. He says some crazy shit, but anyway, look, but Jay, we appreciate
Now, the one
you.
thing
We
I
like
don't like,
having you here.
Marco, I don't like it when they say if Bud Crawford beats Canelo, he's going to be top 5 all-time great. I don't like that.
either.
That's
I don't like
about
he's
that.
not going to
today's
be.
No,
I don't like that.
guys.
He
Can
is.
we agree right here? There's
He's
something
not-
in today's culture. Not only that fight, you got Usyk. People just
Yeah.
want to make everybody top all-time great. Like,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
think they want to
exactly.
be a part
It's
of it.
crazy.
I think people
I mean,
like being a part of
What
it.
Crawford is doing puts him in
Marco,
that
can I
category
push
because
back on that?
It's
Sure.
the sense of
Crawford,
Here it come, y'all.
Crawford
Here
would
it
All right,
come.
be
one at a time, guys.
undefeated.
One at a time. Well, let Jay go first. Go ahead.
With Usyk, I don't have him as the greatest heavyweight of all time. I have him as the greatest fighter of this era, and I think he's a top 10 heavyweight. So I don't think that's unreasonable to say. I'm not saying Usyk's top 10 all-time great fighter, period. So
I didn't say I disagree with it. I am saying that there's something about today's culture where
I tell you.
we all want to be a part of that 1 in a million fighters, like watching them live. So we're putting dudes before the career's even done. He's gonna be all time great.
But,
Can I say
but
this?
look,
Let me
I
say
say
this, Marco.
Go ahead,
I
Yan.
agree with that.
Go ahead,
Let me
Yan.
say this. Now, can we say that hold on. Can we not say the same thing about previous generations? Like Sugar Ray Robinson. When he was fighting, they was calling him the greatest of all time.
No, you're probably right. I'm not saying
Jordan,
not every
they was calling
generation
him,
did it,
but that's all I'm saying.
But
I
the
agree with you.
difference,
But look,
hold on. The difference is Sugar Ray Robinson at that time probably had 150 fights.
right,
Usyk has 10. He doesn't even have
Right.
10 fights at heavyweight. How can he
right.
be an all-time great heavyweight? He don't even have
Also,
10
though,
fights in his division.
I'm just
Also,
saying,
though,
Fair enough.
this is to CJ, to Shelton, and people who are closer to my age. Alan, you look like you're 22, so I don't know, but
yeah. Let me go after you, Marco.
But I feel like in our in the 80s and 90s, I don't think we did that as much. I feel like we dudes had to show improve. Like, I don't remember in the 80s and 90s anybody being like, this active fighter is an all-time great. I don't
Right.
remember.
We were just excited to see them fight, but we didn't put it in that perspective.
I don't remember doing that.
The difference with Crawford is what he's done in the sport. He's been on a pound-for-pound list most of the time, #1 for 10 straight years. He the only fighter to have his hand casted in the Hall of Fame as an active fighter. You know what I'm saying? He got all
Who's this?
knockouts at 147.
Oh, Crawford, yeah.
His third weight class. You know what I'm saying? He undisputed in 2 weight classes. Probably finna do it again in 3 weight classes. So what Crawford is, and his toughest match of his biggest fight of his career, he literally destroyed dude. That's gonna be talked about 40, 50 years from now. That's one of the greatest performances ever in history, and the best ever undisputed performance ever. So what he's doing is legendary. To go up and beat Canelo Alvarez, the #1 fighter, 3 times undisputed in 3 different weight classes. To go up there and beat that man, that's a lot. And to be lineal in 4 different weight classes, You gotta put. How is he not in the top 5 of all time?
Because
doing
he's
all of
Absolutely.
that?
I just
Timmy, hold on.
active.
Yes, absolutely. He was pound for pound for 10 straight years. Yes, he was.
It's never
Yeah,
been
like Marco
duplicated.
says,
but
I'd rather let it marinate. Maybe, hey, I'm not against it, but
right.
I rock
You know why it
with
needs to be
Crawford.
marinated?
But
There's too
Not just
many
not,
fighters
not just
since
so we don't.
the invention of boxing. There's too many fighters to say this guy is number 5 all time.
And
There's too
he'd
many
be
fighters.
undefeated. He'd
Here's
be
the thing, though,
undefeated
guys.
on top of
Guys,
all of that. Undefeated.
it's not just that we want to see what happens with the fighter's career, but I said this the other day. Their opponents, as
Mhm.
their careers age, it could give either more gravity to those opponents or lessen those opponents because it depends which way the
But
opponents go.
but
Because right now, look, when Joshua got knocked out by Dubois, was like, oh shit, but then you see now that's not a good one. But when somebody gets knocked out the first time, you're like, oh, this guy just got knocked out. But then when they come back, and some of them might come back and keep winning, some might just
real quick,
keep losing.
we can
real
look
quick
at
to that point,
opponents,
a better
but
example is Ruiz Joshua. When he did it, oh shit, Joshua is the man, right? But then we've
Right.
seen Joshua decline, so
Right.
Ruiz
But
isn't that impressive anymore.
There you go.
look, but
I think
whatever
on
Crawford
the
did in his career, they always diminish his victories no matter what. So
Yeah,
I don't even want to look at that
no, I
aspect
just
of it
let
because
me
it's
chime in.
literally biased. You
no,
say,
I
Here's
Hold
look,
on, one at a time. Go ahead, Alan.
y'all say Sean Porter 1 foot in and 1 foot out, but before the fight, a lot of people had him winning, and a lot of people say, oh, he was up on the cards before Crawford knocked him out, which is not true. Crawford was up if you look at the official scorecard, but that's what they say. So for Bud to do all that he's done and to go up and beat Canelo, he would be also an undefeated fighter doing all of these things.
Real quick, guys. Hold on. I want to read these super chats again. For some reason, it's pushing them out weird, so I can't see them through StreamYard. So I'm sorry. David Garcia, extra crispy 2-piece. He said, "Alan, what did Bud have for lunch today?" Don't answer it. Second one, another original recipe 2-piece from Adrian. He says, "Top 5 with that weak ass resume? What the helly? Who's he talking about?"
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's
Talking
talk
about
about the
Bud.
fact that back to you, Marco. You mentioned like the instant gratification of this particular era when it comes to greatness, right? And I think that people even get lazy with this Usyk talk, because and I really appreciate Usyk, but Usyk and they talk about Bud being this inactive fighter, but when you think about it, when you dig deep, Bud has like twice the amount of fights as this guy.
As Usyk, yeah.
And twice as many, and he's younger than Usyk. He's younger than Usyk, twice the amount of fights, and he's already lineal 3 times.
Well, one of the reasons for that is because Usyk spent more time in the Olympics and since he became
I'm not making no
hold on, I barely got a word in. He also since becoming heavyweight champion has had the conflict in his country, so that's one of the reasons why he's been inactive. But also, Michael, I just wanted to respond to what you said. I think Dubois was. I mean, you heard me say on your show. I felt going into the Usyk fight, he was greatly overrated. He was nowhere near as good as people were saying. I still think it's the best version of Dubois, and I think his career is going to be cut short after Usyk made him quit again. I've got a video coming on that, but I still think it's a good win for Usyk, just because Dubois is going to fall off a cliff.
Rob, thank you for the. Sorry. Rob, salute for the cash app. Appreciate you. Okay.
Hey, real quick, as an overarching point. Yeah, I hate that narrative. People always want to view the fight in retrospect, like get in the time machine and say, "Oh no, we knew that Porter was about to retire." No, you didn't. Right. It was very competitive going in. So let's go with that narrative. Let's go with the perception going in, and then be impressed based on that, not diminish the victory afterwards. I hate that.
Let me just say, King KO, juice guzzler is so fucking disgusting. That's a disgusting phrase. Go ahead.
Look, to say Bud Crawford, when people try to criticize his resume, as if he didn't go to the division trying to fight Keith Thurman. He wanted Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman said he'll welcome Danny Garcia to the division, but Crawford, you got to at least beat Amir Khan. He beat Amir Khan, still didn't get the fight. With Spence, get a belt first. he got a belt, and I can go fight Sean Porter, knock him out, this and that.
So
And these people ducked Crawford, so you can't hold Crawford responsible for the people he had to fight that didn't want to fight him.
I agree. So let's do this. I like this comment from our buddy Smoking Mo. Who has a better resume than Canelo right now?
I'm gonna give it. Canelo got the best resume, but it's not like he can't be criticized because we can't criticize Canelo.
I don't give.
He got the best resume according to the names.
I don't give resume credit for guys who probably should have lost. And just because you were alongside another great fighter, I don't give you credit for losing no fight. So just because you got in a fight, you were fighting Floyd Mayweather, I don't give you a check. I don't give you resume
for
check.
that fight, exactly.
Yeah, I don't give you resume check because you were in that fight. No, you lost that fight.
So the Mayweather fight, he clearly lost. But let me ask you this: the Triple G fight, the first one that he won, he should have lost, but it was close. Do you give him credit against a bigger man with? No, you don't give him credit.
No, I don't give resume credit for losses.
Okay. Even if there's a mismatch in size.
No, I don't care for that. It's boxing, man.
Okay.
Skills pay the bills,
and look, Canelo lost.
Man.
He only fought 2 pound-for-pound fighters, and that was Bivol and Floyd, and he lost both of those fights. Triple G is not pound for pound. If you look at his resume, he's not pound for pound.
Hold on. We got to back this up. You got to press the rewind button. Triple G wasn't pound for pound?
No, look, bring up Triple G resume right now.
Let me ask you a question. It's actually more of a statement.
You smoke crack, don't you?
Yeah, well,
he's not pound for pound, bro.
Wasn't Triple G? He was competing with Bernard Hopkins with
who was the best fighter on the best fighter on Triple G resume?
We're asking if he was pound for pound.
About that stuff, man.
Look, that's how you get pound for pound. By
if I pull up,
you fight the guys who are in front of you, dude.
If I pull up any of the accredited platforms, Ring Magazine, but I bet you Triple G will be pound for pound for multiple years throughout the time.
That's because they wanted him to. But when you really look into his resume, the best fighter on there is Danny Jacobs. After that, it's nobody besides Danny Jacobs. He's not a pound for pound fighter, beating up bums, knocking them out.
Bums.
I want to give a quick shout out to Reyes, who's been silent ever since he stepped up. What's up, homie?
He stayed at that one division, and he didn't beat all the top names at that division.
You're wilding out. Marvin Hagler stayed at one division.
Right, but he beat the name. He beat the top guys in the division.
Right. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is the Roy Jones argument, right? This is a Roy Jones argument. As long as you're not ducking anybody and you're fighting everybody, when you're born, when your era happens to transpire in time, is not your fault. All you could do is beat who's there. That's what he did.
It was fighters for Triple G to fight, though, and he didn't fight them.
Mo, come in here to teach.
It's like people.
I just came in to say one thing. If Canelo washing out super middleweight is him fighting bums, then every fighter on Bud Crawford's resume at 140, 147, save for Spence, all bums, garbage. Like they're
too much
they're
sauce. Nobody said they were bums.
So if that's the case, then we should ignore that undisputed. We should ignore that lineal because they're all bums.
Mo, that's a strong man. Nobody said that though. Nobody said
that. Triple G resume, not Canelo. We said Triple G resume. Who are the best fighters that he fought?
People just get emotional, man. That's
emotional. Name the people that he fought that makes him pound for pound.
Let me ask you a question.
Nobody can name him.
Why don't you like Triple G?
No, Triple G is cool, but he's overrated. People always saying he is pound for pound to make Canelo resume look better. No, that man fight Willie Monroe Jr.
That's what it is.
Look at the people that he fought. I give Canelo credit, but Triple G, no, he's not pound for pound, bro.
Can I say something?
That sounds like a Bud motive because you want your guy.
Triple G would have never been considered overrated if he would have got those dubs.
So y'all criticize Bud's resume, right?
That's true.
How is Triple G resume better than Bud?
Said, oh, he's smaller at the time. At the time, Canelo was.
Is Triple G resume better than Bud's?
No.
Okay, so people criticize Crawford resume. Triple G resume is trash compared to Crawford.
Okay, so how is he now? You're doing what they do. You're as CJ says, you're putting too much Worcestershire sauce on it. It's not trash. It's not the level.
It's trash, bro. Who are the best fighters?
Look, listen to me. The level of criticism that you're giving to that is the same level of criticism dumbasses give to Bud's resume because Bud
It's
is a great
not. It's
resume.
not because Bud fought better fighters than Triple G, and we can name. Look,
But the point is, if
with
you
Bud
want to
resume,
look for a
people
criticism on
look.
any resume, you could find something to shit on. Any of us.
People criticize Bud resume by what he did to the fighters, not by who the fighter was before he fought them. Like they say, oh, he got rocked by Gamboa. Even though he stopped him in the same round, Gamboa was a gold medalist. Gamboa had the same record as Crawford and the same amount of knockouts, and Crawford was the underdog going into that fight. So you can't discredit Gamboa off his resume. But when you compare those fighters that Bud fought, not the narrative, oh, Porter was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Spence had an accident, this without doing all that fake excuse making, his resume shits on Triple G resume all day, every day.
I mean, but
Let me
if
read
you
the super chat, guys. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Adrian, appreciate you. Another original recipe 2-piece. He said, would rather have Nelo's resume than 2-time undisputed.
yeah,
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all continue. I wanna bring the record back. I used to be a DJ, so I gotta rewind the record real quick to what Mo was saying. Mo, yourself, and I hardly disagree with you on anything, but you came in putting too much sauce on it because nobody said that the opponents Canelo beat to unify at 168 were bums. You put that on there.
Exactly. Nobody was.
You put that on there to support your argument.
we talk about Triple G resume, and y'all can't
shouldn't-
name me the fighters that he fought because he didn't fight nobody.
But
Bud actually fought 3 division champions, 2 division
But shouldn't
champions,
Canelo have a
undefeated
better
fighters.
resume? Shouldn't he have a better?
Why?
You know why Canelo should have
I
a
mean-
resume? Because Canelo can he can fight anybody.
Anybody.
He's been the face of boxing for how long?
That's why he get the name.
You know,
Oh, the A side.
How many undefeated
So
fighters?
Bud Crawford resume has only been used against him for negotiation power against the other side of the street, which was created because of Bud Crawford.
Who beat
We
more
never heard of
undefeated
the other
fighters?
side of the street until Bud
Canelo?
Crawford, and they used that as a negotiation tactic. I mean,
Exactly.
but if Bud Crawford was considered the A side, as long as Canelo, it would be 10 times better than Canelo's resume.
If he
He
would have
said
beat
10
Thurman,
times better.
y'all would have
He
said
said 10
Thurman is
times.
once upon a time Thurman. He would have beat Danny Garcia. Oh, Danny Garcia is he a one-track fighter. Y'all would have made excuses for those wins too.
And check this. I count for the Danny Garcia win for Victor Postal because Victor Postal chased Danny Garcia out of the
Out the
division.
division, exactly.
You know
Hey,
what
let
I'm
me be
saying?
fair. Let me be fair because you know I got a rack on Bud, but still, to be fair, who besides Benavidez, which I'm still pissed about, who did Canelo not fight? Don't tell me who he fought. Tell me who he didn't fight. Who did he duck?
CJ, I'll let whoever wants to answer. But you know, you could always find somebody because no fighter could fight everybody. You just can't.
That's true.
And can I?
But he
also
could have
add,
fought. He could have
CJ
fought Benavidez, or he could have.
Oh
Hey,
no,
CJ,
that he could have done. Baby, shut the
Can I
door.
also add, and
Boo-boo
again, I'll
Andretti.
shut up for the rest of the panel, but can I also add that with the Triple G argument, we could also argue that there's a ton of people that did not want to fight Triple G during that time.
Hell yeah.
That avoided
That's true.
him.
Similar to the Bud
Like
argument.
who didn't want to fight him? That's the top fighter.
I'm sure Reyes knows.
I'll give you exact names. You guys were just doing the discussion. I was just adding on to my man.
Well, yeah,
CJ.
I would
CJ,
like to-
are we talking about Saturday? Are we talking about Saturday at
In
all?
fairness, Triple G.
Hey, if you want to pull up, hold on, real quick. Real quick, I'm gonna let y'all continue. He asked me a question. Real quick. Yes, if you want to pull up, I definitely am interested still in having you up. I'm thinking like 4 p.m. Pacific, if that works for you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, CJ's doing his thing, Marco. So we're trying to support CJ.
Absolutely.
Hey, salute to you.
I'll be there too if you want.
See,
Marco
look,
already
this the third
subbed. Yeah.
time we
Okay.
asked
Oh, Marco,
about
you're gonna pull up? Hell yeah,
names.
that would really help me out.
I
We
believe so.
asked about names for Triple G, and nobody can name those names. All I'm saying
Name
is
them names.
he
Well,
not
can
pound
name-
for pound.
I
He
can
wasn't
name
a
one
pound for pound fighter. That's my whole point, and it's obvious.
Well, Triple G, he did duck Andre Ward.
Andre Ward,
and I hate
exactly.
to use duck
That's the name
language,
I thought
but it
somebody
is
was
what
gonna
it
say.
is.
He didn't fight Andre
wasn't
Ward.
Ward?
It is what it is.
But really, because middleweight, super, and light heavy?
They was both 168 at the same time, though.
No, Triple G
Yes,
never
it
fought
was.
68. It's erroneous.
He fought
Incorrect.
68 the last Canelo fight. That's it. That was his first.
Oh, maybe,
time
yeah,
back.
but not his whole career. It was middle, yeah. So they were never in the same weight class. Matter of fact, most of
It was
his prime.
conversations for that fight, man.
Well, you know, not fighting somebody who's 1 to 2 divisions
And
bigger
Triple
than you
G was.
isn't. isn't real duck, if you ask me.
Well,
We would have loved to see it. Don't get me wrong, but
I don't like to use duck language.
Look, that's a fight that we wanted to see. Ward was the best at that weight class. Triple G was the best. Crawford fought the best at 147. So that's the difference in what I'm saying. He didn't fight the top fighter at the time. His best fighter on his resume is Danny Jacobs. He's not pound for pound, bro. That's all I'm saying. He knocked out a lot of people. But who were those people? Who did they fight? Nobody.
Okay.
I tend to agree with homie.
His best fight, if he would have fought him, would have probably been P-Rog if they would have fought.
Ooh, that fucking guy. I didn't even know
Dimitri
who he was.
Pirog was the man.
Yeah, he got that back injury.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, so the point that I was making was the pound for pound fighters that he fought, Canelo lost to. This is the third fighter that's a pound for pound fighter that he about to fight, which is more and more reason why I think he's gonna lose to Crawford. He's not ready for that.
It's a strong argument. I feel that.
I still believe if Canelo wins, he will get less credit, way less credit, and maybe deservingly so, than if Crawford wins. Crawford deserves more credit, in my opinion.
Yes, because of the perceived size difference, the moving up.
Experience.
Can I say this?
What?
I want to say, like, I honestly don't, and I think Bud can win, so don't get me wrong, but I don't think there's no way, if it goes to the scorecards, that Bud is winning. It's like too much to lose for, like.
See, I hate that. Let's see it happen first. I get your point. Boxing is corrupt as fuck, but I don't want to put excuses out ahead of time.
Guys, please don't block anybody unless it's really, really like out of pocket.
But yeah, I just want to say, like, I think, like, because go ahead.
Canelo gonna get full credit.
No, I was just gonna say I don't casually throw. Oh, my bad.
I was gonna say I think Canelo gonna get full credit, especially with all the fanboys, all the fanboy channels. They gonna give him so much credit. But if Crawford win, it is a greater achievement than if Canelo win, and that's just how it is. It is what it is. But he definitely gets credit for beating Terrence Crawford.
Like I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, either way, I'll give him credit.
All you guys something. If you guys were Bud's manager, and I don't know if this applies to you, Bud beats Canelo, but would you? I would stay as far away from a Canelo fight as possible if I was Bud's manager. I would not suggest that.
I would take the fight.
Nah, man, I can't agree with that.
You guys would all take a fight for 3 weight divisions up. You would do that.
I would do it.
Absolutely. That's $100 million. You better take that.
Just because of what they did, they did to his career wins. But take that fight and they can't say nothing about it.
Well, wait, hold on, Alan. So you bring up the money aspect. Well, we're assuming that Bud isn't generationally set. Let's say he is. You still take that fight? If you're try and look at it from the lenses of somebody who's hundreds of millionaire.
I'm gonna tell you why. 3 times undisputed.
Absolutely.
Well, you said as Crawford's manager, so he doesn't have generational wealth. So yeah, the manager's gonna take it.
Hey, Marco. Can I say this? And again, I don't want everyone to chime in on me acting like I hate Bud, because everybody knows I love Bud Crawford too. I'm a big Bud Crawford guy. But the question you asked, sir, was if we were his manager, would we advise him to jump up the 3 weight classes to go up?
Yes.
So my answer, answer and my reason for the answer would be yes, I would, because he's going to be 38 by the time he fights Canelo. He's already resume wise. I can already argue that because he was undisputed at 140, because he was undisputed at 147, that I can start to say, hey man, this is one of the greatest fighters, definitely one of the greatest fighters in this generation,
in my opinion.
Right. No, I'm just talking to you like I was his manager, right? Okay. And as his manager, I would say, well, Bud, if we stay at 147, you're gonna run into younger, up and coming killers. That's not gonna give us as much of a nobody's gonna say anything if you were, for example, to destroy Brian Norman. People will just say Brian Norman wasn't ready. If you were to beat Boots Enos, then people might say, well, maybe Boots wasn't ready, right? Exactly. Now, if we go up to 54, which we just tried going up to 54, and it is what it is with Madrimov. You and I both agree with that one, Marco. But again, I'm speaking as Terrence Crawford's manager. I would say, you see how the Madrimov fight played out for us at 54, I really don't want us to stick around to have to deal with the Bakrams and the Fonduras and all of that, because none of those guys, no matter how much you beat them, even if you do beat them, will give us the money that we could get if we just step it all the way up to fight Canelo. So let's go ahead and do it.
Exactly. You laid out what I was saying in more detail. Yes, exactly.
Some of those fighters that you
hold on a second,
named,
real quick. Let me hit this super chat. Adrian, appreciate you. Another 2-piece. If you give Canelo credit, do you put him number one after he wins?
No.
I
wouldn't.
No.
A lot of these dudes put Bud number one.
No, but
let me answer this, Marco. Let me check. My man was killing Triple G there a minute ago, right? So we'll go back to 2012, the middle of, because Triple G turned pro 2006. So we go to 2012, where in my opinion, Triple G was being avoided like the damn plague. Nobody wants to fight.
Right.
The top guys in his division at that time were Sergio Martinez, Felix Sturm, Chavez Jr., and maybe Lemieux, guys like that. He wound up fighting Lemieux. Them other three guys was never going to fight him. And those guys were at the top.
He didn't fight Andrade.
They were never going to
fight Charlo, and he didn't fight Ward. And
Charlo wasn't even pro in 2012.
All three of them was willing to fight him.
I'm talking about in the middle of his career when he was being avoided.
Well,
Charlo wasn't even pro then.
Sergio Martinez was old too, man.
He was
the champion. Wait. He was the champion.
Man, a prime Martinez.
Can you guys let Sheldon finish? Because Sheldon's bringing up some
Let me
really
finish.
good facts.
He was the champion. Doesn't matter if he was old. He had the belt. Do you think Sergio Martinez was ever going to give Triple G a shot?
Negative.
I don't know.
What about Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.? Because he had the other belt.
I don't think. Hold on, guys. One second. I don't think it's a good idea, guys. One at a time. Let me finish. I don't think it's good to sit here and assume that somebody, especially Sergio Martinez's caliber, is going to be avoiding and ducking people. Like that's.
I'm telling you, we forget Sergio Martinez was like he was
Marco,
like
we don't have to assume because he did. Triple G was number one. He never fought him. We don't have to assume because he did duck him.
Hold on.
He fought the other guy.
Hold on. Just because people don't fight doesn't always mean that they're ducking them and they're scared.
The business.
And I just named three fighters that Canelo didn't fight or Triple G didn't fight. So those were the best fighters in the division. Why didn't nobody fight them? This whole payday.
Ward wasn't in his division, number one. Ho. Stop. What? Ward was not in his division. Ward was at 168.
But talking about
Ward was not a middleweight.
He could have fought. He fought Canelo at 168. He could have went there and fought him.
Ward was not a middleweight. Ward was not a middleweight.
He was super.
Nobody cares about 2012.
So, but look, okay, if he was a pound for pound fighter, he would have fought Ward, but he didn't fight Ward.
Hey, look, I get it. You don't like Triple G. You don't like Triple G. I get that. But don't say things that are just out there.
Guys, 1 second. Let me read this. The super chat. We're at now. Big shout out to Mo. We're at 5. We're halfway to the goal, guys. You guys are the best. Smoking Mo hitting me with a 2-piece extra crispy with barbecue sauce. He says if Bud beats Canelo via split decision, where is he pound for pound? Where is he pound for pound of all time?
Because
top 15, top 20.
I gotta get ready to go.
Bud Fighter is my favorite fighter of this era, man. I just I'm with you, Marco. I'm not into the instant gratification, and I feel like you can argue maybe even the top 25 all time as being the number one guy. So if Bud reaches or if he's in that top 25, that's all-time status. In terms of the all-time number one, I think it's fake, man. It's fake hype.
If Bud stopped Canelo, he overflowed on a top all-time
let me speak here.
Said if he
Floyd's not the
stops,
best of all time. Floyd's not number one all
Floyd,
time.
no,
What are you
hold
talking
on,
about?
bro.
Floyd's not
Floyd,
number
Floyd,
one all
sure.
time.
Guys, one
Floyd
second.
Can the
definitely
casuals
top
please
5.
shut
Yeah,
up for a minute?
hold on, guys. Let's let Mick talk because we have the same kind of two people talking more than
So,
anybody else. So let's let some people get in. Go ahead, Mick.
like people are saying, "Oh, will it become a pound for pound?" If Canelo beats Bud Crawford, that doesn't make him pound for pound anything. See, people forget what pound for pound actually is. It's no resume, it's no belts, it's skill level. Yeah, it's absolute skill level. It becomes an all-time great. That ranks where achievements, but pound for pound is what they can do in the ring. It's not who they beat. It's not who they beat, how many weights they went
Well,
up.
Mick,
Pound for pound is exactly what you could do at your best weight, and if
And
everybody transferred
hold
to
on a
each
second.
kind of level,
Mick,
that's what pound for
I'm
pound
going to
is.
cut
Yeah.
you off for a second, then you keep going. That is subjective because pound for pound is a subjective. Everybody has their own criteria, so that's yours. But
that's a great point that he.
Hold on a
my
second.
bad.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
But some people have different. Like I don't agree with that, Mick. I don't think it's just skill. I put in a few things in it, but you know what I'm saying? Because there's no rule book that's saying this is what pound for pound means. It's what we fucking interpret.
And look, that's
No,
a
but
great
Marco.
point that
Go
he
ahead. Let me
made.
finish. Let me finish. I cut him off. Go ahead.
So,
Mick.
Marco, with that though, right? Pound for pound, right? Pound for pound means what you could do at your elite level, and what you can do defensively, attackively, footwork, technique, skill, and what that would do if you transferred from a flyweight to a heavyweight.
Yes.
That's what that is. That is nothing to do with going up 1 and 2, 3 weight divisions. That becomes an all-time great. That's completely different from pound for pound, yeah.
And look, that pound for pound, like that's exactly what it is. And when people say, "Oh, if Crawford and Bud was the same weight, then we definitely have picked Crawford." That's how you know who the better fighter is. And I want to say this before I go, because I got to make a run real quick, even though I'm enjoying this conversation. To your question, if I was the manager, would I let Bud fight Canelo? I would definitely say yes, because he could get that win to get all the accolades from Canelo, and they got the same dimensions. Even Bud got the advantage in the arm reach and everything. So it's a winnable fight. So I would definitely take that fight over any other fight in boxing.
Well, yeah, but
right, and it's no other bigger fight he would have for the rest of his career. Like you said, he's going to be 38, so this is the last
but he's
opportunity.
Bud, you're a Crawford fan, so of course you want to have his resume stacked like an IHOP order. But if you're his manager, I'm thinking, but because you don't want to risk a loss at this point. If he already had a loss, fuck it, dare to be great. You lose, the dude was bigger.
Nah, I'm not about that.
That's why we know Buffett win this fight, man. But yeah, I'm gonna leave out.
I mean, it's a legacy bout. It's a legacy bout.
All right, bud.
How many?
Peace
How
out.
many?
Yeah,
Be
peace
good.
out,
Yeah.
guys.
How many legacy fights are left in the sport of boxing? How many legacy fights
None
are
for
left?
him. That's the only one for him.
Can I
That's
add
my main point. And the money.
People are talking about him going up 3 weights, right, to fight Canelo. But it wasn't really 3 weights to start with, though, was it? It was 160, and Bud actually chose to make it at 168, yeah?
No, Canelo was champion at 68.
No, but they were going to fight at 160, and Crawford said, no, I want to fight at 168. You can go and check it.
Well, that might have been initially when Bud was flip-flopping about even wanting to fight, but pretty
he
early
did say
on,
that.
he wanted to get undisputed, a third undisputed.
Yeah, because he said he want to fight him at his best.
Yeah.
Aye, 168, so he chose to fight at 168, yeah?
I mean, he wanted the belts.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think he would have gone to 160 if the belts weren't, up for grabs.
A factor. Maybe.
But
still, that shows a lot of balls.
I don't think Canelo can make 160 anymore. I really don't.
And Crawford can't make
I saw
147.
I saw him, man.
Well,
He can make 160. Go ahead. Who's gonna say something?
So sorry.
I was gonna tell you, I got to stir the pot again.
Go ahead.
All right. I don't think Canelo has any more legacy bouts. I really don't believe in that David.
Well,
Benavidez
he has that elephant in the room. Yeah.
David is
see,
a
the
legacy
thing is,
bout.
because
No,
David
not.
Benavidez,
He ain't never gonna fight that dude. He ain't never gonna fight that
But
dude.
it is a legacy fight, though.
I
No,
don't
it's
think
not,
so.
man. David
I don't
Benavidez
think
is
so.
in a different era. He's a
Yeah.
different era than
Yeah.
Canelo.
When
No, in
David
terms of
Benavidez-
passing the
hold
torch,
on,
win
but
or
let me
lose,
say-
you try to pass the torch, or you took a
Okay, but
chance.
passing the
Especially
torch
within the
isn't-
Mexican culture. It's a Mexican monster versus a Mexican legend.
Passing the torch isn't legacy. Legacy is when both fighters, I believe, have to have their own legacy. Benavidez is still in the process of
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, it would definitely put the bow on Canelo's career if he would have fought that dude when he was at
He already had a
168.
bow on his career.
Yeah, I don't think
He ain't never gonna fight that dude. Like he ain't never gonna
I
fight
agree with that.
Bivol. He ain't fighting them dudes.
And I told you,
makes no
Benavidez will smoke methamphetamine to get down to 68 if he has to fight Canelo. He'll do whatever it takes, but Canelo won't fight.
Well, and Marco, I mean, again, to the pot stirring king of today, Canelo is only 35, so let's assume that let's just go with the assumption that he lost
35 though, man. That's
Fighters
20
don't
years.
age.
Okay, no, but
Fighters
years
don't
as a
age
pro.
outside the ring.
Let me finish. Let me finish because he said he does not believe the point that I'm trying to make is he said he does not believe Canelo has any more legacy defining fights, and I disagree. Just because let's go with the narrative, Marco, that Bud Crawford upsets the apple cart, and Canelo, who has all these fight contracts left with Turkey, loses, right? Where Bud only had the one fight contract left, and Bud could retire afterwards, right? Bud has a choice now. Now, Bud could do something that never happened with Sugar Ray Leonard Hagler, and that is offered a rematch with Canelo. He could. That's possible. I mean, if you beat him once,
there might be
what are you so scared of?
Right?
Right? If you beat
Might
him
be a
once,
clause.
and you're not
Yeah,
being
that's real.
disputed, you don't because that's the thing is all the Bud lovers, right? All the people that are rocking with Bud, no matter what. Well, if he does beat Canelo and you are putting him in whatever top 5 greatest Mount Rushmore, whatever you want to put him in, it's going to be kind of a thing if Bud now has to do one of two things. He'll either have to just retire, but he can't fight anyone else unless he gives a Canelo a chance, because if he doesn't give a Canelo a chance for a rematch, especially if he barely wins, it'll feel like a duck to Crawford again. Right?
Can I say
So that hold on, I'm not done, man. Hold on. So that's a legacy defining fight for Canelo. If Crawford says, I'll give you the rematch, bro. I already beat you the first time. So now I'm gonna do a legacy defining fight. That's one. Let's say Canelo does win.
Yeah, but
legacy defining fight would be to move up to 175 and win a belt, whether it's against Bivol or Beterbiev or even if he said I'll move up to 75 and I'll fight Benavidez, that's legacy defining. I mean, that's pretty dope. If he was to say, I'm not even scared of Benavidez's weight jump, I'll go ahead and fight him. So there are legacy defining fights left for Canelo.
It makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. I mean, in Canelo is barely even Canelo is probably a 60-pounder, believe it or not. So jumping up, it makes absolutely no sense to even go up to 75 and respect the Canelo. And folks can say I'm a Canelo hater all day long, but I just don't think he has to go to 75. And I don't think that David Benavidez has done anything to put a bow on his career to say, hey, this is a generational type fight.
Let me put some balance. Let me bring some balance. To be fair, Canelo did do it twice. I don't think he's willing to do it again at his age, but he has done it, so I got to give him that. To respond to Reyes, I'm gonna let Yayan hop in after this, but quickly to respond to Reyes, hypothetically, if Bud wins, there would be demand for a rematch. This is how I see it, and I'm just assuming again, but I think Canelo is more likely to almost even, but Canelo is going to retire if he loses this fight. If he wins it, fuck it. I think he's going to retire after this. Nothing left for me to do. I don't want to fight Benavidez. I'm not taking a rematch with Bivol. It was already offered. So that's how I see it.
If he gets stopped, then I think he'll walk.
Another thing too is he didn't want to fight David at 168. So what makes you think he want to fight him at 175?
David Benavidez had zero to Canelo, absolute zero. I don't think
zero
Crawford
what? I'm sorry, I couldn't understand you. Just rewind. He has zero what?
Beating David Benavidez doesn't add anything to Canelo's legacy. I don't think Crawford does.
I think it does, man. Just because of the Mexican rivalry type thing, like.
I don't think it adds zero, but I don't think it adds.
They said that about Chavez Jr. when he fought him as well, though, yeah. And to go what we're looking at now, Chavez Jr. would like, is even Mexican? But let's skip that. So we're on to like Canelo. Canelo's been defining fights for Golovkin, yeah. And his only other defining fight that he can have that's legacy if he goes up and beats Bivol, and I don't think he'll do that. I think when you look back in Canelo's career, for all these champions, for all the names, but his defining legacy fights are Golovkin, yeah. No matter what he does next.
Hey man, I do think Benavidez is. I'm gonna, close my opinion on the matter with this. I do think Benavidez is a legacy fight because of the duck narrative, because he ducked him for so long. So if you finally get it on, it's highly anticipated. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
but
I
that's
think
different than a legacy defining fight. That's just a fight people want to see.
I
You know?
agree.
Hey, if
with that.
Mayweather never fought Pacquiao, that was legacy defining, even though it was
But
boring
that's
as fuck,
different.
right?
That's different.
Oh, that's
Nah,
different.
I
Maybe
don't.
not
I
on
didn't think so
Pacquiao or
either.
Mayweather level, even a fraction of their level. So
Like we're like maybe 9 or 10 years after Mayweather Pacquiao, and people are like, "Oh, but if we still fought him in 2007," and it's like you get so it doesn't do for me. There's the legacy defining fights are definitely Golovkin, and it would have maybe been Mayweather if he'd beat him, but obviously he was still young then, and he was hanging. But there's I think there's a lot of things that people talk about in boxing that just turn it right. Like Benavidez is good. I like Benavidez, but it's like it's the same stage as Muniga or like these kind of guys are like Mexico Rich in Mexico. It's no Morales and Pereira, is it?
And by the way, can I just ask this question to Mick? And Marco knows I rock with Pacquiao. Obviously, just DNA alone makes
Obviously.
me rock with Pacquiao.
He said
with
DNA. At
Pacquiao.
least he owned it.
But if that fight did happen back in 2010, is there any argument to believe that it wouldn't have ended up the same way it looked?
Which fight?
In some ways, the Pacquiao Mayweather fight.
Yeah.
Mayweather would have I think beat him more brutally. I
So
do.
see what I'm saying, right? Like that just goes to the point that when people, and I only threw that out because I love Pacquiao, but I'm just saying that when people go, "Oh, they fought too old. Oh, they fought too old," it makes you look back and go, "Well, would it really have been any different?" Let's just say, right?
I'm gonna step away for a second, but keep it going, guys.
Yeah. So I say that to say that right now we have an opportunity in Canelo, who's 35, fighting Bud Crawford, who's about to be 38. Bud Crawford has a 0, so he's got. There's no blueprint to say anyone could beat Crawford yet. so I mean, there isn't anyone like. There's no blueprint, right? Versus we've seen Canelo lose to Floyd. We've seen him lose to Bivol. Those are his 2 real losses, right? We've seen some close fights, whether you want to say it was Laura or Golovkin, who I thought Golovkin beat him. But let's say, and I want to throw this narrative out, CJ and the rest of the crew here. Let's say Canelo actually outskills Crawford and beats him convincingly in a boxing match and outskills him. Do you take away credit from Canelo for him being the bigger fighter, or will you actually say, "Damn, bro, Canelo might," because we're ready to, people are ready to give Bud Crawford the Mount Rushmore if he beats Canelo. Is anyone ready to give Canelo the Mount Rushmore if he outskills Crawford?
I mean, he's already considered the number one of the top Mexican fighters of all time, and that's almost better than anything. But I believe that one of the legacy aspect of this fight is centered around that Canelo is not known for doing well against technical boxers. This fight alone will put the ribbon on his career that he actually at some point fought the number 1 tactical fighter and beat them at their own game. So from a legacy standpoint, I think that fits.
I agree with that, except I agree with that, but the size is going to take away from it a little.
No, I'm with it. We're going to see them be the same size in the ring. So going to Reyes' scenario, since he posed the question, if he outboxes him, which I would be very, very surprised, I might fucking throw E-Rock another rack just off the strength of that. But no, I'll be very surprised. I don't see that happening. But I'm being hyperbolic. But if he actually did that, I'll give him all the props in the world. Like I don't go in like I have my opinions on who's going to win, but what I see in the ring, I'm going to give credit for that. I'm not that biased, so that's where I'm at.
I want to say that too. I will give him all the credit in the world because it's like I look at it as like he's beating Crawford at his own game, essentially.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. You got to give props to that.
so for me to add into that, what I would say is, right, I don't think that for to be Canelo in the all time great list, Crawford adds to that, and it adds a bit to where he falls in, if it's 10 to 20 or whatever. But I don't think there's a way where that people can turn around and say that he increases his pound for pound all time ranking by beating Crawford. Yeah,
You're
I
tripping,
like.
Opal. I think it was Allen. He said, if you beat the top skilled, the perceived top skilled guy, I think he is.
And this is kind of
At the
why.
time,
Nah, but like I get that, but it's not really level. Yeah, level playing field here. Yeah.
This is kind of why I would
we're gonna
have
see.
advised him as a
No,
manager,
for
don't
like
take this
this
fight.
isn't a level. This isn't a level playing field between these
I
two.
mean,
Yeah.
this is why I
It
disagree
is
with
because you can
Marco, man.
say, even if you want to go with real quick, if you want to go with the Crawford skills versus Canelo size argument, it is an even playing field. That's why it's so divided. What did the
No,
Marcos
because
poll say yesterday? It was like 50-50 from our
because like
perception.
like Crawford at his peak would be 140, and Canelo's peak's probably 160.
Hell no.
Yeah.
His pick is 147.
Uh,
What
Definitely
were
I
all the
think
you
I
gonna say,
think
stoppages.
Marco?
Crawford.
What
He's
were
got his
you gonna
best
say,
resume
Marco?
at
You were gonna say
47.
something, Marco.
Yeah, I was just about
But
to ask that.
No, I wasn't gonna say
Okay.
anything.
No, but
No,
I
I
thought you were
agree.
gonna say something about like
This
Crawford
is
and
this
Canelo,
is
or you said something about you wouldn't advise. That's why you wouldn't advise.
Oh yeah, no, but that's why I wouldn't advise Crawford to take this fight because it's like no, excuse me. I wouldn't advise Canelo to take this fight either. I wouldn't advise either person to take the fight. Canelo
That's
especially because
crazy.
it's like we're sitting here being like, if he wins, nobody even thinks for a second that this could do anything but greatness to Bud's resume.
No, I
But
think it'll
I don't
elevate
think there's a
Canelo
better
too.
Canelo,
I'll
way
give
for
Canelo
Canelo.
props. I just
no.
said it.
Canelo,
This is why I
it could
keep
even harm him.
this is where I 100% disagree with you, Mark. I said this just yesterday. I believe that this win does more for Canelo than it does for Bud, because if Canelo goes in there and tactically beat Bud Crawford, the way that he's looked is totally different. Not
And
knock him out if he
Yeah,
tactically beat him.
right.
Like
Sure, in
I
that
and most
hypothetical.
people expect, most people expect that if Bud Crawford beat Canelo is how everyone else has beat Canelo. They outboxed him, which for me, I could clearly see that happening, which I wouldn't be
Fine.
shocked because I think Canelo
How
has
does it
way
do
too
more
many
for
holes.
Canelo though? You're talking
Not
about
more.
Hey,
That's too
Alan,
much sauce.
can
You
I
got to
give
lay
you
that out.
Alan? But can I give you this
Uh,
narrative? And I
you
want
just
to I
said
want to
how
hear
it
your
does. Well,
answer.
hold on a second.
Hmm?
You just said it does. You just explained how it does more for Bud. We know what it does for Bud. How does it do more for Canelo if he beats him?
Because what I'm saying, it does more for Canelo because if he tactically outboxes Bud Crawford, his image of a guy that struggled with tactical boxers would be over.
It'd be
That
erased.
blemish
Yeah.
nah,
on his career would
I
be
If he
disagree
over.
with that.
fought, if
Yeah.
he fought a way that we don't see him fight, yeah. If he's on the outside, but he doesn't do that.
He's
Like
not
Right.
exactly going to
It's hard to
turn
it's
out.
hard to
Yeah.
picture.
all his
He's
wins
Which
not
are
is why he's
basically
gonna
bully
lose.
fucking wins. He's bullying
like
dudes.
he's not coming in there and Lomachenko on them or something. Yeah.
Right. He's sitting there.
He's not turning. He's tell what I mean.
He's
He's not
throwing
turning into.
ethereal hammers like he's Thor. That's what he does, and he
It's like
pressures you.
like
Smart
the
So
man.
and
whole
then
the
my
history of
question to
time.
Alan,
Sorry.
my question to Alan was, let's say we go with that Canelo not only tactically beats him on the inside, a la Salvador Sanchez style, let's say, but also stops him. Don't you believe that the majority of the people will just say, see, it's too much weight, instead of saying Canelo not only outboxed them, but actually stopped them for the first time? We should give Canelo credit. I feel like,
I'll
to
give you an
Marco's
example
point,
of
a lot
that.
of people
Ray.
are just going to
No,
say
because
Bud Crawford was too small.
No, I'll give you an
but guess
example of
what?
where this doesn't happen.
Let me go back. Most people I talk to believe that Earl Spence' best win was against Mikey Garcia.
This is what I was going to say. Yeah, I agree
and
here.
and
Yeah.
that's and that's because he outboxes the small guy. He shows the small guy that he can box, and everyone believed that Mikey Garcia saw something that he could
But
technically beat Earl Spence by boxing him.
Right, so can I add to that point?
So
I don't think that's Spence's best win,
go ahead.
but it didn't take anything away from Mikey Garcia because he lost to the bigger guy, yeah?
Sure.
I don't think that's
I'm with
Spence's
it.
best win.
I never hear Earl Spence folks mention the fact that Mikey Garcia was coming
Was
up 2
smaller.
weight classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody never bring that up.
But, like, so
No
I'll give
one talks about
another example of
Shane
this, yeah?
Mosley. No one talks about Shane Mosley going up 2 weight classes and tactically beating Oscar De La Hoya.
That's because he didn't, bro. That's because he didn't. That's because he didn't. That's a bad argument. I'm just saying, Alan. That's why George Foreman and Larry Merchant were arguing in front of everyone watching that because he did not beat Shane Mosley.
Oh, he definitely beat Shane Mosley. I'm sorry, Shane Mosley
Oscar
definitely
for
beat
sure.
Shane Mosley beat Oscar.
Twice.
Y'all got it
Shane
mixed up. Yeah.
that in that first fight.
He beat Oscar twice. BoxRec says he did. So our opinions do not matter.
And for me,
Y'all are so subjective.
I
Everyone wants
think
to
that
pick their own wins and
no.
losses.
I don't even think
man.
I think that
Like,
Shane
already admit he's taking drugs in that fight, yeah?
he boxed Oscar's ears off. He
Hey
boxed
Shelton,
Oscar's
that's funny
ears
though. But
off.
you were Shelton, you were there, man, or are you watched that when Foreman and Larry Merchant was arguing, bro?
And I said the same thing back then. You guys are arguing a mute point. The judges have already decided the fight is over. Now,
Come on, didn't you just say earlier? Hold on, champ. To be fair, didn't you just say earlier that Triple G beat Canelo despite the judge's decision? Y'all got it.
Right, so
No. I said what I said was the judges gave the fight to Triple G. In my opinion, he lost, but that's just my opinion. If you look at the record books, he won.
The only
he
judge
drew.
that matters
It was a draw.
with fucking De La Hoya and Mosley is the judge that Mosley stood in front of and said he was on performance enhancing drugs. That's the only judge that matters in the fights, yeah? Forget the 3 judges in the rings. Go to the grand jury judge and he stood in front and says, I cheated, yeah? That null and voids that fight for me, yeah? So...
Hey, that's fair. I don't
yeah?
accept PEDs across the board, so I got to be consistent with that. That's fair.
So, along with that, we've got we were talking in the Discord about doing like a tournament, but it'd be like 154
yeah, I brought up the Super 6 at 154. Yeah, that's a great idea. It's so stacked. It's so competitive right now. Anybody can beat anybody. Go ahead.
You've now got with that. You would tough to have it like over a year or so. But I was going to add 2 fighters who fought, but they were probably in the wrong weight classes. Or Regan Doe versus Loma when that happened. It was too big, yeah. But I didn't take nothing away from Regan Doe's career, yeah. It's like people talk pound for pound fighters. Like Regan Doe, Loma, and Chocolate Latito is probably top 10 in the last 25 years. Easily. 3 of them. Easily in there.
Come on, man.
Pound for pound.
You say Chocolate Latito?
Oh, definite. He's pound for pound number 1 for
No, I love
years.
Chocolate Tito, but man, HBO really put a little icing on his game.
He was pound for pound
put a
for a
little
while.
bit more than what he was in his. Yeah. But so is Bud Crawford. How did Bud Crawford lose his number 1 status? He get knocked out
Inactivity.
multiple times like Chocolate Tito.
Inactivity. I don't agree with it, but that's the only reason you could have. Yeah.
Oh well, and he still have double the amount of fights as Usyk.
We're talking about like Errol Spence and folk like that. Chocolate Tito and that are miles clear of him. It's not
Chocolate Tito got his head knocked off.
Aye, but he made up 5 weight divisions and he was skillful and everything like that.
So
like what was
so did Inouye. I've seen Inouye on his pockets a couple times. How was he over Bud Crawford?
I think Inouye is probably about there, yeah.
Like we all know how the monster's gonna be finished.
It's like people are like, oh, I
tell
don't know
us,
if it's an
Alan,
American
in your
thing
infinite
or...
wisdom, sir. Tell us
Yeah,
how
he gave it to us yesterday. Yeah, reiterate. You got it.
Who, Usyk? I mean the monster. He's gonna get knocked out.
Tell him.
He's gonna
Mind
get
you,
Now,
knocked
Bye.
out
what
with an
kind of punch?
overhand
You
hook.
Bye.
specified the
Everybody
punch.
know it's gonna be the overhand hook. He's gonna come in. He's gonna be diving in and the inside and get his chin knocked off. We all know. Everyone know
So
how
do
it's
you
gonna
believe
happen.
that Nakatani, who's now going to be moving up to 122, and it's the fight that everyone wants to see,
He might be
pound
the
for
boy.
pound
oh, it'll be a
fighting
good
each
fight,
other,
yeah.
Nakatani versus Inoue, you're picking Nakatani to knock him out?
Not
I
sure.
don't know yet, man. I'm still doing
He
homework.
said, regardless of who it is,
I
that's how
got
he's gonna go
Nakatani
out. I feel you,
outboxing.
but
Chill.
man, that's great. I
Yeah,
gotta marinate. I gotta think
don't
about
know.
that.
I don't think Monster is gonna be outboxed. I think he's gonna get knocked out. I don't think
Wow.
But
it's
where?
I don't
You're
think it's
wilding
gonna
out.
be one of those. I think I think he's gonna end like Chocolate Tito.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Oh
Yeah, you're
my
He's
wilding
gonna
out.
get knocked out. It's gonna one
Nah,
punch knock him.
What?
he's
What?
stirring. He's
What
stirring.
way? What way? A suicide bomber or something? Like, what's going to knock him out?
That race
Car
bait.
crash?
Hey, that race baiter. That race baiter thought that Fulton was trash from the get go. So take that.
Who,
I
who
never
thought he
Man,
was
ganged up on
trash?
Fulton.
King
I
KO be on some bullshit today.
kind of agreed with you. I don't know if he was. I think it was trash, but I didn't think he was what everybody thought. Fulton. I agree with that.
We
Yeah, I've
had
never
Fulton
been
on our
high on
top
Fulton.
20, Marco, yesterday. Come on.
Huh?
Remember? We were doing our top 20, and Fulton was like right there to make it in.
You're talking about
the
who's
wait,
A level. I remember the
What?
conversation.
Stephen
Yeah,
the
Fulton?
A-level confirmation, remember? We
Nah,
had
I never put Stephen Fulton in top 20.
And
no,
what
you
way?
even
You
kind of
tripping,
it's on
Marco?
record, Marco.
Yeah,
You even
Marco
kind of went,
tripping.
Show me. I don't put Stephen Fulton in
it's
top
on
20.
your
What weight
show,
class?
bro.
Yeah, run the
Yesterday.
footage back. Run the footage back. I
Run the
remember that
footage
shit.
back.
Clip it.
Like, what weight class are we
No.
talking about?
Fulton.
Act like
Top
a
20?
rumor and
Hey,
clip it.
Are we talking top
Okay.
20 of the day or top 20 all
hey,
time here?
Fulton is a product of perfect matchmaking. That's what happens when style make fights. You put a guy in there where he match up well against a particular style, he'll do well. But
So,
again, just
where
like
did
Inoue, we know how he'll lose. You can
where
race
did where
bait that
did
to the bank. I don't care.
where did fucking Fulton top 20? Where about what weight?
Well, we
What
were going through
universe?
all the
What
names.
planet?
Hey.
Like
Let
now,
me say this real quick.
top
At a
20 now.
glance, at a cursory glance, I agree with you. But when we actually went through the names yesterday, I was like, well, shit. They said he was borderline. No one had him like solidly up there, but you had to put
That's
him in a
true.
discussion just based on who's around. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Right.
He only lost
Like
once, right?
top
Yeah.
20 at
So
the weight he's
anyway,
fighting in now.
He lost to Inoue in his very next fight. He got knocked down,
Yeah, I
badly
remember
hurt,
that.
and really had to scratch through. You know what I mean?
hey
On that
man,
And
who
get the
won?
win, and he
Taylor
beat
Plant, I
Figueroa
think.
for the 126 belt. Marco, you
What
a
are we
hater?
talking about here?
I ain't saying nothing about no damn
I'm not
Fulton.
even saying I agree, but that what y'all couldn't name them names. So man,
No, I
come on.
mean it
Hey,
was just some guy messaged in about he's mad against race baiting Fulton. Like, what the hell? Like no one cares about Fulton.
so is this
Right.
like
I hate
he's top 20 now
those
or
fighting
what?
shorts he wore recently. It's disgusting.
Oh, the jeans and the Tims.
The jean, man, disgusting. Get that up out of here.
That's
Disgusting.
that's some hood shit
Don't ever
though.
bring that. Yeah, don't ever bring
Or
that back. That's that Philly stuff, man. Respect.
Nah,
I
we,
love
we
Philly.
used
I
to we
love
used to
Philly.
wear jeans and Tims in New York too.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
only
yeah, they
thing I'll
definitely
say
did.
too, Marco, is if Fulton's won the world title at 122, then he won it at 126 when he was the underdog to Figueroa. If he does fight Oshaki Foster this year, beats him too, that's 3 world titles in 3 different weight classes, bro.
Yeah, guess
That's
who else
all I'm
did,
gonna
guess
say.
who else did that? Mr. Broner, and we all know what we think about him.
You got 4.
There we go.
man. Oshaki
Yo, but
Foster versus Fulton is gonna be a
was he top
smooth
20?
fest.
Yo, let's rewind it. For his era, was
He
Broner
was
Yeah,
top 20?
Broner was pretty awesome until
Broner
he
was
did the
top
fuckery,
10.
bro.
Say he not, Marco. Say he not.
Broner was top 10 for about 30 seconds.
No,
Like,
yeah, you are.
he was
He
like
was top
30.
10, but he was on a power for
Yeah, that's what I'm
14
Why was
talking
he
months.
about.
top 10
For
though? Why was
14
he top
weeks.
10? Why was he?
Right.
Wait. Why
He
was
was
he top
Because
6
Ring
for
10?
13
Magazine,
weeks.
because the Ring Magazine put him there. That's why.
So
Bro, Marco, he was there for 14 weeks, but he was there.
14
Okay.
despicable weeks.
can I actually say something here? I've got a list of names here, right?
Go ahead.
And
Go ahead.
tell me if the good top 20 whatever. Let's go through them. With Bob Fitzsimmons, Tony Casanari, Barney Ross, Henry Armstrong, Wilfred Benitez, Alexis Argulo, Roberto Duran, Emil Griffith, Wilfredo Gomez, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, Jeff Bench, Hector Camacho, Julio Cesar Chavez, Iron Bartley, Duke McKenzie,
Why are you
Pernell
reading these
Whitaker,
names?
Yeah, man. I
Micah
think you missed
Patton.
kind of the frame of reference. You're
Yeah, what
naming
the
all
fuck are we
time. We
doing?
were talking about current.
No. So we've got Wilfredo Vasquez, Oscar De La Hoya, Roy Jones Jr., Leo
Hold on.
Gomez,
What are you doing?
Trinidad, Pacquiao, Tony,
I
Mosley,
don't know.
Pacquiao, Morales, Barrera,
Hey,
Mayweather, Marquez,
stop
Fonteo,
spewing rubbish and
Cotto,
tell us what you're
All
doing.
great fighters. What's the
Arce,
context of your statement? What are
Arce,
you trying? What point are you
yeah,
trying to make?
I'm getting here. Donaire, Mares,
Lord.
Broner, Gonzalez, Linares, Cruz, Yagagashi,
I mean, we
Bum,
could be
Linares,
here
Broner,
all
what the
day for
fuck?
Castaneda,
Reagan,
100 great
Yo,
Obama,
it
fighters.
doesn't
Garcia,
mean
Clinton.
anything unless we
yeah,
have some
Hold on, hold on,
context for
hold
what
on,
we're
hold
yeah,
on.
trying to say.
Garcia,
Hold on.
Reyes.
Let me go
This
next.
nigga said Reagan.
Yeah.
Clinton, Reagan, Obama. Like, what are we doing here?
Right.
That's C-weight world champions all time, yeah. Any bad names in there? Terrible names, nah.
I mean, it's about 100 great
I
fighters
No,
just
but
all
what?
time, dude.
forgot. Wait there.
Why did you do that?
Just Ricky
Yeah.
Burns and Broner. Everybody else is amazing, but they're shit.
Oh, maybe he was like
Oh,
in the
that's
Nah.
top
what he was
20
trying
when
to do.
Broner was around.
So
No,
like that
Broner
is
wasn't
all time.
No,
around.
That's
no,
your
no,
Oh
hell
yeah,
all
this
no.
nigga
time.
said
Oh.
Alexis Arguello. I'm
No, he
tripping. My
said
He's
bad.
talking
Henry
all
Cejudo.
time. I don't
Yeah.
get it, man. I don't get it.
There is
No,
only
oh,
there is only 50 odd folk that's done it. So
That
like
must be some Scottish sauce because I'm unfamiliar with
Oh,
him.
he just
so all
named how
time.
many.
Oh,
Hold on. One at a time, guys. Let me talk. He just named how many people also won 3 different weight division titles.
That's the only people that's won 3 division weight titles, yeah.
Okay, so
That's
Real
all I was
titles.
asking you to say. I
Real
didn't
belts.
you
understand.
could have
Oh,
led
you
with
didn't
that.
let
how
me
many?
finish, yeah.
Right.
Mick, you
You
could have
didn't
led
let me
with that.
finish
Yeah.
though.
Well, how
Real
many of
belts.
those guys were three division lineal champions?
Quite a lot of them up to a
probably
point, yeah.
one.
No. Well, obviously would have to be lineal champions because at a time there is only 1 or 2 belts.
Yeah, well,
So like we
I
go
mean,
there. So they're all good fighters, but like Broner, nah, it's fine, nah.
Man, you can
So
hate
you
on Broner
saying
all you
he's the
want, man.
exception to the rule, like everyone else essentially
I'm
in your
just
list qualifies
yeah.
with him? I
So
mean, he's
no,
definitely
Broner
who,
towards the
didn't,
bottom
but
of the list, but
I
sorry,
mean,
again, I wish you just would have stated that off top
That
instead of going
that
on the roll call.
Broner's whack.
that's
I mean,
an
Broner was a
order,
good
yeah.
fighter, but I don't even think
Broner's
he was
whack.
ever lineal.
No,
Was
hell no.
was
I don't
Broner
Marco's
think
ever
being
so.
rough,
lineal?
man. Marco, you're being
Yeah,
rough,
Nah,
Broner
bro.
wasn't even
I'm just
lineal,
fucking
man.
with Ian because
No, you
Ian
know
loves
what he
Broner.
doing, Reyes? He hate on everybody that was better than him, and that's why
Better than me? They're
yeah.
all better than me.
No. Because Broner, like if you seen Broner in real life, you know what happened.
What'll
So
happen?
like I didn't.
What's gonna happen? He'll try
It's
to make
funny
me play
because
dice and rob me?
I didn't even get to the end
That
of the
Yeah,
list.
I mean,
Yo,
that
no,
listen,
might
the
happen.
only
Yayan said Broner will make you brush his hair. That's what he said.
So
Man,
even
Broner,
the only
even
thing
at that, right?
I'll give Broner credit from in at this point. Like he would definitely get in a ring with most fighters.
So
Word.
He wasn't ducking no
Yes.
smoke. So
yeah.
he
can
would
I get
definitely get in the ring. But outside of that,
so
man, he okay career, decent career.
can I finish? Can I finish this list?
Three were hey man, 3 world titles in 3 different weight classes is
He
So
better
won.
than an
I
okay
thought it was
Wait,
career.
four. I thought it was
yeah,
four.
Well,
it was
No more
four.
Mick,
Is it
please.
4? I'm gonna have to double
it is
check. I'm
4.
gonna
Yeah,
fact
it's
check.
four.
yeah, but
Let
listen,
me finish this list
he
right
wasn't
now.
lineal in
Yo,
any
you
of
know what
those
Reyes
weight
should do?
classes.
Reyes, you should just read how many of them won 8 division champions. You just say one name and
Nobody's ever won
pass
8
it.
division
Oh, it's
world
Manny
champions, yeah?
Pacquiao, baby.
Boom,
Yo,
that's
Yeah.
it. Next.
Zero.
I want to
Never.
ask Reyes a question about Pacquiao real quick.
Go ahead.
Never.
Go
So,
ahead.
Wait there.
when it comes
Reyes,
to
whoever,
Hold on,
Marco,
Pacquiao,
I just want to pin this comment. Go ahead.
Ion, can I finish this list, please? Right? So I've
No
got
more.
Hasegawa,
Oh,
Mikey Garcia, Donny Yates, Vasyl
no
Lomachenko,
mas.
Noya Inoue, Terence Crawford, Takana, Canelo, Casemiro, Navrati, Jack, Stevenson, Nakatani. So, like, 56 all time, and they weren't interims, they weren't regular belts, they were full world titles. So, is it like, out of that, all time, just 2 are shit? All of them are good, but 2 are shit.
Man,
Okay.
I gotta go smoke. That list was too long. I'll be back.
Alberto's taking shots at you, Ian. Okay.
came up for that 200.
Came up for that 200.
But
Yo, I didn't even
That's
bring it back.
funny.
Y'all notice I was chilling. He
I,
was on the panel earlier. I didn't say shit.
I
Y'all
agree
got
with
it.
Jackie. Hey, Marco, Jackie
What?
makes a good point, man.
What she say?
Broner
that's
was
all I be
good. He
saying,
just lacked
Jackie. Hey, see,
discipline.
Jackie, this why we lock
No,
you.
he was good, but you have to have your mental.
That's
Boxing's
all I be
90%
saying.
mental.
But no, I was gonna ask Reyes. In your opinion, who
Alberto's
is
mad. Go ahead.
who is Pacquiao's best win?
Good question.
Shit.
I know mine.
Probably Cotto.
I got mine as well.
De La Hoya for me. He fucked him up.
He did, but it was,
I mean,
That was impressive.
I don't know what context. Are you talking on a historical context or what
No,
it did
just
for
his
him?
best performance in his career.
Yeah, come on, spit it out.
Cotto,
I mean, he
Michael
has
Cotto's
so
his
many
best
though,
one, eh?
Marco. Like, I mean,
He
again, and
won.
I'm gonna sound like a
How can
Pacquiao
you
lover,
not-
but he does have a lot.
Hold
Bro.
on, but- hold
So
on,
I mean,
Reyes,
right off the
Reyes.
bat, I'll say that
How can you
when
not
he
say
was
De La
fighting
Hoya?
Cotto at the time that Cotto was pretty
Exactly.
awesome,
De La
that
Hoya
was
better.
amazing.
De La
Like,
Hoya was better. De La Hoya.
Nah,
I know, but
you
De La
wild.
Hoya. The
As a
thing
matter of
is,
fact, De La Hoya was favored too.
But De La Hoya was at the end of his
bro.
career,
I know, but it's just that you know this because you were into sport too. But at that time, there's a reason why that was De La Hoya's final fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that in terms of global outreach, that was probably his biggest fight in a global outreach sense. And in terms of performance, you're right. It looked like a mismatch,
Because
right?
De La Hoya, guys,
sorry.
hold on real quick. Let's be honest. Prime De La Hoya, does he not have the ability to beat any welterweight in history? Prime De La Hoya.
It doesn't beat he doesn't beat Prime. It doesn't beat Prime Mayweather or De La Hoya. And what for sure?
The point is, De La Hoya.
I don't know about Leonard, but yeah.
De La Hoya was so fucking good. No, he has the ability. I think Leonard would win. So that to me is the most impressive. And of course, he was way bigger. De La Hoya's bigger. I think that
De La Hoya, De La Hoya is
him
at
up.
least a real
So-
6-weight champ. None of this fake shit.
Hey, so I want to go back to just answering Yayan's question. So that's why I was asking, depends on the context. So first of all, as a Filipino, we knew Manny, but Manny all of a sudden showed up to everybody's stage when he beat Ladwaba. So that's one of his best performances. And that was a 2-week notice, right? And then, obviously then he fights on the undercard of I think it was De La Hoya's. He beats Elisir Julio. But I was going to point out that the Antonio Barrera beating, that was one of his best performances too, when he beat the shit out of Marco Antonio Barrera in Texas, bro.
I think that Cotto, De La Hoya, and Margarito, because that Margarito at the time, those are
That's mine.
Yeah.
That's
Well, it seems like
Margarito.
Marco. It seems like Marco
Nah,
is
he's
going
run
back
against
to the
Patton, he's pretty
criteria.
good,
Hold on,
so.
real quick, Mick. It seems like Marco is going back to the criteria I mentioned earlier, which is I said your most impressive, most dominant is what I said, performance against the highest level of competition. That's what I consider your best win.
Well, yeah.
So based on that, Reyes, could you dial it down?
Okay. Highest level of competition though at the time, right? And
Right.
best performance off of the highest level of competition at the time.
Miguel
Right?
Cotto or Ricky Hatton.
Yeah, it'll be either Cotto or Margarito at the
I
time.
agree. Yep.
I'm okay with either of those. I'm okay with that.
Hatton was a better one than Margarito when he absolutely flushed.
Hell
him.
no.
I remember
Fuck
when,
no.
I'll tell you the truth.
Hatton
When
was one of them
Pacquiao,
Hatton got his shit
when
cracked.
Pacquiao signed up to fight Margarito, I remember I was like, he bit off way more, right? I mean, I was, and that's when he proved to me like he is something special when he beat Margarito the way he did. Because Margarito's a big fucking dude.
Yeah, and I got another question for
Yeah,
my boy
yeah.
Reyes. This is more of like a sentimental question. Have you ever met Pacquiao?
Oh yeah. No, of course, man. I think every Filipino's met Pacquiao. bro.
Have you
I didn't know that.
like talked to him? For
I've eaten it. I've had a chance to eat meals with Pacquiao. I've played chess with Pacquiao. Like he's dope, bro. He's dope. Manny Pacquiao, like Yayan. If you went to go see Manny Pacquiao, he'll totally welcome you.
he
bro.
would slap
Like,
Ryan. Slap
yeah.
him.
He's just that guy. He's just a super nice person.
Pacquiao
and-
wouldn't be able to touch me.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Shout out
No.
Pacquiao.
But seriously, guys, like if you ever have a chance to you walk up to him, like he's just I don't know. He doesn't act like a superstar, is what I'll say.
Okay, yeah,
he's
that's
just
nice.
So I had a
He's just
friend who
cool.
trained with Pacquiao, yeah, and he was going through Craig McEwen. He fought Andy Lee at the time. He was trained by Freddie Roach, and Pacquiao. He was Pacquiao's training partner at the time, and he had a kid, and like he was going through a lot, and Pacquiao helped him out a lot. Like I respect Pacquiao for that. But Reyes, I've got a question. See, when you sat down with Pacquiao, did you have a belt on? Because he would claim a 9-division champ if he ate quicker than you.
I think that was a
What was
joke,
the
but
question though?
We didn't
Well,
understand
that was
it.
a statement. What was the question?
So, did you have a belt on when you sat down to eat with Manny Pacquiao?
Why?
Yeah, he was the world champion already
No,
because
I
he was
mean
already
you.
winning.
He's asking
He
if
said-
you were wearing a belt.
I say think you have a
I
belt
think
on.
he's joking, but the accent's fucking
That
it
he
up.
would have took your belt too.
Okay, I got
Nick,
it. Okay.
Nick, I'm sorry. That's actually a good
I'm
joke.
sorry,
the accent
Vic.
just fucked it up.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, it's a good
Hell no.
joke, but the accent.
I like
messed it up.
Michael. See Michael Maloney's comments in the chat. I like that. Craig McEwen's probably Scotland's best
Who the
amateur ever.
fuck is this
Like,
guy?
Right, he's really good. Him and Andy Lee fought. Remember they used to have the cards, the midweek cards. There used to be, must have been Top Rank. I think it was Top Rank. They used to have like a Thursday night boxing or something, or boxing after dark. So I think he was beating Lee, and Lee knocked him out around about the Peter Quillen time, yeah. And he was
Guys, we're
champ.
5 more until it hit the goal. Let's try and do that.
But
Go ahead.
Pacquiao helped him out a lot.
CJ, I was gonna say I understood your comment about Hatton. My only problem, I think, with the Hatton one, and I agree with you. Like during a certain period of time, Hatton was the man, but Hatton already got knocked out by Floyd, so that's why I didn't put.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why
I think you might have got the names mixed up because I didn't say that. I said he had already got his shit cracked.
Hatton,
yeah. Oh, that was Mick.
So Hatton, after he got knocked out by, Hatton had kind of he went up to 47, then he went back down to 140, then he went back up to 147 to fight Floyd, but he somehow kept his belts. And then when Floyd knocked him out,
to be fair,
he then went back down and beat Collazo and them, and he was the lineal champ, yeah. He was the
but to be fair too, also, but why I like Hatton and I put him up there is because Hatton did not lose until he fought Floyd. So he was 43-0. He beat.
That's true.
He knocked out Jose Luis Castillo, and then he lost to Floyd, and then he actually beat Juan Lascano, the Hispanic causing panic. Remember that, Marco? The Juan Lascano, and then he beat Malignaggi, and then he got knocked out by Pacquiao. So he was. I mean, Ricky Hatton was a good win.
Real quick, guys. Big up to Rob, the Barbarian, extra crispy 5-piece. This is for MBA, which is Marco Boxing Academy. Guys, I will be dropping a video soon. It's a tutorial on how to make somebody punch harder, guaranteed. What do you guys think? You think people want to see that?
Yeah,
I do.
Give me a course, man.
Definitely.
You can teach me personally. No weird shit.
There we go. Just a little,
No
some
weird
things,
shit.
I'll sell because those things tend to do well. And I got the proof in the pudding showing that I can punch hard. There's the mechanics.
Right.
Anybody can punch hard. People can't. I can't teach people speed, but anybody could punch harder. Anybody. So
yeah, you're talking about teaching mechanics too, right? Marco?
Well, that's what it is. The power is all. It's a mix of some mental tweaks, and of course mechanics have to be on point like a sniper, and then you could
like a golf swing basically,
or
right?
like shoot,
or like shooting a basketball.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I got one final question.
Oh, Jesus.
And I asked Marco this about his favorite fighter. So when Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez, how did you feel?
I was there, bro. I was there on the floor. I brought my mom to fucking watch that fight.
Were you legitimately upset?
We were fucking wondering if he
Disappointed?
died.
Yeah, it looked bad.
No, we were wondering if he fucking
That's what my
died,
wife
bro.
said.
We
My
were
wife
like,
literally was scared for his life.
yeah, no, we were all scared. We were like, what the fuck just happened? Like, somebody get a doctor. Is he gonna start breathing soon?
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you a cool ass story about that one too. After that fight, Manny was inviting people into his room, and he was the most positive out of everyone. He was super positive after that fight. He was like, hey, it's okay. It's God's will. Don't worry about it. I'm fine.
Wow.
Everything's gonna be okay. So, like I said, man, it's hard to not like Manny Pacquiao. Like he gives you no reason to like, unless you had a bad experience personally with Manny Pacquiao. I find very few people who will tell me they had a bad experience meeting or talking to Manny Pacquiao.
Dude, that's crazy. Like it kind of just happened out of nowhere. Because if you was watching the fight on TV, the angle it happened at, you was just like, what happened? Like he was just on the ground. So
he was fucking up Marquez on that fight too. By the way, he was beating the shit out of Marquez.
Hold on, I gotta address
all
this.
over the place.
E92. I know you could be a troll, but what do you mean you're banned to send super chats? Nobody could ban you to do that, can they? I don't believe they can.
No, I don't think so.
No, and you guys see him.
I think he's just trolling you, Marco. I think he's joking.
He's been trolling.
Maybe.
Shout out to Pacquiao though, man.
I just
That's my last
if
question.
that's
though,
a thing, I
Pacquiao.
want to make sure that doesn't happen to
That's real.
anybody who really wants to send him. ¿Qué pasó,
Not
Coqui?
my favorite of all time, but no. Shout out to Pacquiao.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at anybody that called Pacquiao the GOAT or he one of their GOATs. But me personally,
Yeah.
you know, no disrespect, Rez. I just feel kind of he slightly overrated. But that's my
Well,
opinion.
it's just tough because he literally was fighting the same era of Floyd, and making it one or two more worse. Floyd beat him, so how can you put him over Floyd? You just can't.
Right.
But
Well, here's the thing too, though.
And
Here's
to be
the
fair,
thing.
man,
One
it's
can't
fine,
say
Ion, because
one can say what the 8 divisions.
One can't say. Yeah. I mean that 8 division that 8 division reign will never be beaten ever. That's, to me, that's a record that will hold forever. But not only
He was
that,
never
you
8
can also
division
argue.
champion.
You can also
No,
argue. You can also
if there
argue
was one
that,
person,
Hold on, let Alan finish.
You can also argue that in the era where Floyd Mayweather became, or he created this image of being TBE, Manny Pacquiao was the most exciting fighter of that era.
right?
And I mean
Right.
that's my opinion.
Okay.
Yes.
That's also a fact.
Yeah.
I'm not
To
the
me,
one for
to me,
excitement,
the whole weight thing, just because some people can put on more weight naturally, I don't really. I mean, but
yeah,
then,
I agree.
But then it is impressive because now you're fighting bigger people, and everybody knows somebody bigger. You know, they always say a good big
Y'all
man.
think Pacquiao's clean?
Let me say
Do you
this.
think
Let me
he's
say
clean?
Y'all think Pacquiao's clean? Hold on. Y'all think? I want to know from everybody. I think it's clean his whole career.
Me
Who
Never
asked that
been
question?
proven. I thought it was
Koki
clean.
is alleging
Never been
Caprice
proven that he
Sun
did anything, bro. So
I'm asking y'all whether it's proven or not. I'm asking, how do y'all feel?
Koki is.
I feel like he was clean.
Okay.
Capri Sun.
Yeah, I think he was clean.
Me
but
personally,
I
no.
don't think Marquez was clean.
What?
Well, to be fair,
let me speak on it.
Drinking his own piss, bro. So he was
in
he
the
was dirty.
fight. The fight that he
Drinking
knocked
his own pee,
Manny
bro.
out. The fight that he knocked Manny out, he looked different. I've never seen Marquez look like that.
Let me speak on it. Everyone else weighed in. Everyone else weighed in. I'm not hating. I'm not hating at all. But Barry Bonds never tested positive either, and that's again no hate. Barry Bonds, one of the greatest of all time.
Shout out to Barry Bonds.
There's a reason. Again, I'm just saying there's reason to believe.
It was actually proven. The Barry Bonds thing. The difference, bro, is it was actually proven that Victor Conti did help him, and that Victor Conti during that time helped Fernando Vargas, helped a whole bunch of other people. So that's different, bro. But can you point to the doctor that actually helped Manny Pacquiao? You cannot, and that's what I'm saying.
I cannot. So I gotta say,
maybe he's sitting in the Philippines. Who knows? Maybe this guy's on the underground market, some black market doctor. Who knows, bro?
Let me put a bow on it. I tend to lean that way.
One second. Here's how I look at it. If Pacquiao did it, that means, and I hear this a lot, a very large majority or a very large portion of fighters do this. And if that's the case, then they're all on the same playing field anyway, so fuck it.
But again, though,
this
is okay. So I'm going to say this. This is what I didn't appreciate about showbiz when he started talking about Terrence Crawford and Victor Conti, because to me, I was like, bro, up to what I know, up to this point, we got a fighter who's American, who's 41-0, has done nothing wrong. He hasn't been to jail. Like, why are we tearing him down before that fight even happens? Just the fact that you're even going to say that it's a possibility is already bad. Just don't say it at all. Just shut the fuck up. Let the fight happen. If he ever pops, then we could talk about it. But I fucking hate it when people go, well, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Look, you either did and it got proven like Canelo, or you did not, like Pacquiao.
The thing I'll say,
I want to follow up.
I'll say is I agree with you, except he is the only person to go to literally put on 50 pounds on a 5'4" frame.
That's all I was gonna say. That's the only reason. That's the only reason I lean that way. That's it.
Remember, Mark, I was with him. So he's actually 5'5.5". All right.
Still.
Okay. All right. Number two. I told you, bro, I grew up in the Philippines. I was skinny too, man. That's just eating. That's just good old eating, bro.
There's a difference between being skinny and being like strong at 150.
If the Philippines, if dudes gained 50 pounds on average on 5'5" frames in the Philippines, that'd be a stat of worldly available. I don't think that's.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm fat as fuck after.
No, but and also fat is one thing, but muscular.
fat, and
bulking,
being big and stuff. But let me say this too about Pacquiao. I want to say the last thing. That's why I give credit Pacquiao beating all them bigger dudes at 126, 130, 130, all that. But them lower weight classes, he got knocked out twice, I believe, and that's he wasn't that great at them lower weight classes.
He wasn't, but you could also say that was to him, coming into his own and maturing, getting experience. Like
exactly, that's why I give him credit.
Lost twice early on too.
Yeah, that's why I give him credit for beating on them Antonio Margaritos, Cottos, and De La Hoya.
That's why I think the American public should be careful with losses on people's resume, because a loss doesn't really define you where you are now. For example, Nicholas lost at 147. I think he's a pretty good fighter. He has 2 losses on his record, but I think Nicholas Laws could give people problems. So I think if a guy loses in the past, he gets better. Because you could look at Pacquiao's old fights, and when he got knocked out, obviously he looked a lot different. But I think Pacquiao learned a lot from Freddie Roach. Even before that, Pacquiao reinvented himself. And steroids aside, you got to look at Manny Pacquiao's work ethic. You ever seen his ab workout? Yo, Manny Pacquiao has the greatest ab workout I've ever seen in any boxer in my life.
But here's
the
thing.
It's insane. And literally, guys, even when I got a chance to be around him, I was wondering how can you eat Filipino food and be where he was at. But that guy was burning so much calories, bro. It was crazy. So, and by the way, Yayan, just to correct you. So when Manny Pacquiao was starving himself and fighting for rice, dude, literally, right? He lost in his 12th fight to Torre Campo, but I can say because he's fighting for fucking food, that's a loss of malnutrition, maybe, right? And then he doesn't lose again until he loses to Singh Surat. I remember that. I believe he got knocked out to the body. That was a second fight, and that was at flyweight. That was at 112. Then he doesn't lose again, man. For a while, for a long ass time. Eric Morales is when he loses next in 2005.
So I'm gonna ask you this.
I give guys extra credit, though. I give guys extra credit who come back from losses over guys who just run through W's, because I mean, if for a guy like Manny Pacquiao, you have to credit some of the guys that go back to back to back in great fights against great opponents. I mean, a lot of these guys who run off a long streak, they don't go back to back to back in great fights. I mean, you can say what you want about Floyd Mayweather, but he did not do that. Floyd Mayweather didn't go back to back to back in great fights. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Manny Pacquiao did have losses, but he got back up. And I mean, just like Tio, man, I know I hate on Tio a lot, but Tio, he lost to Kambosos and he came back and beat Loma. To me, that's insane.
Hey, well, he beat Loma before that, but I see what you're saying.
I mean, I'm sorry. No, he came back and beat Josh Taylor.
I was saying this is incorrect. Floyd did not start at 106. Floyd started. I thought he started featherweight, but not even 130.
Yeah. Floyd was always at 130.
Maybe, what was his lightest weight in the amateurs? Do you remember?
He might have been feather in the amateur, but as a pro, I think the lightest he was 129.
Yeah, that's why I got him. I think he was 126 in the amateurs. That's what
he was, right?
Did he beat Gennaro Hernandez at 126 or 130?
Well, he said
we're talking briefly about Floyd versus Prince Nassim back when Nassim was at his height, and Floyd could have maybe made it, but because Floyd was 130 and Nassim was 26.
He said Floyd started at 106 in the amateurs, but you got to take into account.
In the amateurs,
he was probably 10 years old.
Naz wasn't a 126 fighter either, yeah. Naz was really a 122 fighter, 118 fighter.
Well, he fought at 126. I don't know.
No, he didn't fight at 126. He fought at 122.
Prince? No, he was featherweight.
He beat Kevin Kelly.
I don't know about natural, but I know his dominant reign was at feather.
Yeah,
only because he got shoved into that 126 fight, by Frank Warren.
I don't know what the reason is. I'm just saying that's the weight class.
122, and then Frank Warren made the fight against Steve Robinson, and he had to go up to 126. That's why. But Naz was fighting above his weight divisions. Definitely, 1,000,000%.
So, Let me ask my
That's
Rez real quick. So was them first 2 losses both knockouts or just one?
It was
Oh,
just
you're talking
one.
about when he was
Knocked out.
when he was
One
108?
was a body shot, and one I believe was a
Yeah,
face
one was
shot.
a body shot when he was 112. That was, and again,
Blaze,
and then when he was 108, that was really early in his career when he was barely fighting for anything, bro.
And real
Like,
quick, guys, let me just pump the raffle
Shout out
again.
to
We have a
Pacquiao, man.
bunch of people here. Grant Gloves, 8. Let me pull it out. These are 8-ounce pro fight gloves. We're raffling off from 1998. Oop, there that goes. Never worn before. Might be Grant's first ever released model, so they're definitely vintage. Enter the raffle. You hit up this Cash App, $10, or this PayPal address, $10, and just say your name and put the Grant Glove raffle. Also, if you're not a member already, please join the Discord, which do I still have it up? I don't. I'm going to put the Discord in the chat for a second. Join the Discord so we got the party popping at all hours and times.
I just want to say real quick. I think it was Camacho versus Ray Leonard. One of them was wearing grunt gloves, and that was 97. So them is some of the first grunt gloves probably ever made.
They did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these are. I think they literally came out in 97. Grant, these are 98. So
so
all
like
right.
see you're talking about guys who got really like bad losses in their career at the start and then went on. Ricky Burns was one of them. Alex Arthur absolutely pulverized them. I mean, like really bad. And then Carol Johansson done the same. Like they were maybe Carol Johansson is a European level fighter. Alex Arthur got a world title, probably never done as good as he should have. But
Right.
he absolutely pulverized Burns. And like if you watch that fight, nobody in the world would even say that he would be even a world champion. He was a world champion and then that would be maybe his limit. But for what he then went and done, unmatched, yeah. And in British fighting history.
This I believe is incorrect. Manny turned pro at I think 18. So he was 18.
I thought he turned pro when he was much younger, bro.
I'm not sure. I thought he was 18.
What?
You would know better than me.
I think that's incorrect. I think no, you'd have to, he turned
I
pro
think
when
he
he was
was
like,
younger.
Let's see.
I think
he was. I'm
16.
pretty sure he was 15. Like because he needed to fight for food, bro. So he's just like a lot of the other fighters that did that. He was already fighting in the Philippines.
Chat
Yo, Reyes, who are you saying the next?
Okay, he was 16. ChatGPT says he was 16.
16? Okay.
108 pounds at 16.
Yo, Reyes, who do you think is the next great Filipino to come out? Because
Mindoro. Jin Mindoro is the next great Filipino to come out if they just build him right. They're doing it right now. If they fucking push the kid too hard, they're gonna fuck him up.
Okay, so real quick, what Lucky said is true. Floyd at 16 was 106. Pacquiao was 106. So they put on the same amount of weight. Interesting. I guess the fact that Floyd started so much later, a normal age,
pro career,
and he started at when he'd already filled in. That's what makes it look. So that's interesting. I mean, look at Canelo.
That's
Canelo
interesting.
started at 15. He started at what, 140, I believe.
I mean, Floyd could have been on some shit too.
But here's the shit. He could have.
I don't think so.
Here's the shit. Canelo also put on roughly 50 pounds, right? But he's a bigger dude than Pacquiao. So Pacquiao,
that's true.
50 is still kind of a lot, but Floyd did it too.
Yo, everybody's juicing and it's fair as fuck. It's like 2000 MLB.
Koki, I'm gonna tell you why. Only because Floyd was revolutionary in bringing out the Olympic style testing. That's why I say probably not.
I feel you.
It's not a bias.
So, what was the question again, Yayan? My bad.
Ness level. You should say the Marco level. I get out of here. Ness level.
I know. I didn't ask the question. I was making a statement.
Somebody asked the question. Was it you, CJ? You asked the question?
No, Koki. I asked you the next Filipino prospect. You said Mondoro.
Got it.
You wanted them to build them up. I was going to ask, what promotion? You want to see him go to Top Rank? You want to see him go with Eddie? You want to see him go to PBC?
I'd like to see Eddie promote Weljin Mindoro. I'd like to see Eddie actually do what he's doing in Australia, what he's been doing for Australia. Because one of the fighters that Eddie has that's Australian that very few Americans know about, but I've been paying attention to this motherfucker since he was in the amateurs, is Tara Moana.
Oh, yeah.
That's that full name. He's dope as fuck. This guy's 6'7". He can box. He has a good jab. He's a heavyweight. I'm like, this
Oh,
guy
yeah.
might become the
He
next Lennox
be
Lewis,
dancing in
man.
there too. It looked like he'd be having fun in there.
Yeah, and I like him. I like
He's
his
on a little show.
personality.
Yeah, he's a great
He's a
personality
pretty
too.
friendly guy. Yeah, no, I like him a lot. So, but anyway, I say that to say that very rarely have we ever seen in the Filipino boxing culture a almost 6 foot tall, because he's 5'11" right now. He's only 25 years old. An almost 6 foot tall, 160-pound fighter who is currently 15-0 with 15 knockouts. So I say that to say that it's very easy right now for a kid like that who's still living in the Philippines to take the money to fight too soon against somebody versus let him get built up. So if Eddie takes him and then Eddie says, now I'm going to open up the Asian market through the Philippines, then that would be great, man. Because then Eddie could kind of do to him what he's doing with Boots and what he did with Diego Pacheco. Because people forget, like Eddie took Diego Pacheco when he was 17. Bam Rodriguez, he took Bam Rodriguez when he was young. So I like Eddie to do it.
Fact, real quick, guys, off the other topic. I just Googled some of the other great welterweights of, De La Hoya, Cotto, Mosley. All of them at 16 were like 25 to 130 for some reason, though. Why? So then why was Floyd and Manny so much lighter at 16?
I think Floyd, when he got like older, he like really fit into his body. Like he wanted to stay at 140, but it was just no competition at 140.
Maybe it was the height. Maybe because like Floyd is a shorter welterweight. Well, not Manny's a shorter welterweight.
Oh, Manny's shorter. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to my brother. Shout out to my brother who's at the who's on the panel now. Go ahead, Claymore.
Well, look, I'm gonna have to wrap this up in a little bit. It's nothing personal, Claymore, not because you came in, but we've been going a while. But welcome. How you doing?
It's personal.
I'm good, man. Just came up here to just shoot some shit. With
we just found out that Floyd Mayweather. This to me blew my mind a little bit. Shout out to Lucky Upset, who made me aware of it. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao both weighed 106 pounds at the age of 15. Just Pacquiao turned 16. Just Pacquiao turned pro. Because people say Pacquiao went up, 50 pounds. He's juicing. Capri Suns, he's juicing. But Floyd and him were the same fucking weight at the same ages. Just Floyd turned pro way later. So that's interesting, huh?
Yeah, no, that is interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy. I looked up some other welterweights just now. Looked up Cotto, De La Hoya, the rest of the welterweights.
Cotto did boxing to lose weight though. Cotto was like 210 in Puerto Rico. He was a little chunky motherfucker.
Well, but still, I looked up some of the other generations welterweights, and at 16, most of them were in the 125, 130 range. For some reason, Pacquiao and Floyd were 106.
I
like that, actually, that comparison, because Floyd goes up and his power is just kind of like, we saw what happened. His hands got a little brittle and his power didn't really translate. Like Manny just went up and just kept on punching harder and knocking dudes down, bro.
Claymore, I wouldn't say he was hitting harder. I would say at welterweight, it was all cumulative. He stopped all of them. It was, except for Hatton, there was no one shot, one hitter quitters, really.
Yeah, Floyd threw way less, so you got to take that into account.
Floyd at 35, which seemed to be his peak, he was knocking shit loose.
Right. No, I'm saying Manny was knocking shit loose all the way up.
He was cumulative though, not one. He would just knock them out like a smash burger, leaving their face look like a burger patty. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Marco, how dare you accuse Floyd of anything, any kind of like drug use or PED use? He's TBE. He's Superman.
I know you're joking, but I didn't accuse him of anything.
Like, imagine
that's not how I feel.
Imagine being that much a fucking casual that you've looked up BoxRec to see what he weighed when he was 16 or something.
I didn't look it up on BoxRec.
What did they actually weigh?
Huh?
Real quick, Claymore.
That's what they fought at.
Yeah, real quick, Mick. Claymore, Clarissa is asking if you're going to be doing a show when Marco's done, because she said, "Are you doing a show tonight?"
Clarissa, who?
Oh, in our chat. I'm about to get off, so you should start one up.
Clarissa Shields. I'm about to be like, what? Clarissa?
No,
Clarissa. What you talking about, girl? No, we could probably do that.
She's one of the esteemed female members of this community.
You down, Angelo?
Yeah, I'll jump on. CJ probably would want to jump on too, and
Yeah, why don't you guys?
some of
I'm
the other
gonna
guys.
get off now, but why don't you guys get?
Marco could jump on too. Don't be. Come on,
I
Marco. You can
would
jump.
if I didn't have to get off. Look, if I could stay on, I would have just kept my own shit going.
Okay.
No, I know.
All right.
Marco's a busy man though. He ain't playing no games.
Nah, but
you can come up tonight too, Marco. You know what I mean? Come check me out tonight.
what time we talk? When time do you come up?
I don't know.
What, you and Blue or your own shit?
Huh?
Your own shit or with Blue?
My own shit.
Okay. What time you doing it?
Maybe about 9:30. We kick off. We get busy.
I usually start my own around.
You going to Eastern, right?
Well, I'll come in.
No. What time you start, Marco? You starting at 10?
10:30, yeah.
So
I'll start at midnight.
I'll start at like 8:30.
Okay.
So that wait. Is that 8:30 Eastern? So that's 5:30 Pacific.
We're in the East.
Yeah, Eastern, man. We out here. When the East
Right.
house.
Only time that matters.
We gotta know. Hell no.
Long Island, baby.
It's right, baby.
All right.
Long Island, baby.
Is that going to get in the way of yours, Marco? Is that going to work out for you?
I'm doing that so that seamlessly we can all head over to. We can do a little marathon night. Run right over to Marco's and start and bum rush his shit.
Oh,
so see with that though, like I live in like a real kind of specific area. How many hours away is that for 9:30?
I literally.
Clarissa. Hey, Clarissa, you could follow Claymore at Claymore Rain. So
Jackie Hernandez.
Claymore Rain. I'm gonna type it in for you, Clarissa. I'm gonna type it in.
Brag, but I might be one of the only channels with 3 consistent female community members at the same time. I might be the only one.
You've got 4. You've got 4.
What, Alberta?
Yeah.
Right, no, but how many hours away is this next stream? Because
hell no, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm having a hard time understanding you, family.
Yeah, he's
about 2.5. If it's 5:30 Pacific, it's about 2.5 hours away.
He's from fucking Newcastle.
Yeah. No, I actually didn't even have an accent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We need to bounce the ball.
Okay.
But all right, people, I'm gonna wrap it. Go over to Claymore's. And
hold on, let me put on my link.
Yeah, go for it. We'll reconvene.
Shit is acting up.
We'll reconvene at 10 p.m. We didn't hit the goal, but we came close, so I appreciate it.
There you go, tonight. Clarissa and Jackie. I just I connected you guys right there. But please subscribe. Claymore show. Claymore usually starts super early in the morning, like 6:30 a.m.
Jackie can remember my channel. She subscribed to my channel. Jackie.
Okay, cool.
I'm over there sometimes, but yeah. I'll tap in. I'll tap in for the evening.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So Claymore like 5:30. That's when we're going.
Your time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know it. And Marco, that was good, man. That was always good discussions with everybody. Everybody was being fair, and there was Potster Allen earlier.
Hell yeah!
All right, guys, we'll reconvene tonight.
Peace. Cool. Thanks, Marco.
Shout out both of y'all. All y'all.
Later.